I played a lot of goalkeeper.
Okay, I like that.
And so, like, I don't think we need to compete for that role.
No, we don't.
Right?
We don't.
could alternate week to week.
I'll gladly move. Oh, there we go. That's a good idea.
Yeah, like go back
but like,
and
I'm
forth.
never gonna get scored on.
But also, I'm
gonna put nothing but just perfect runs out.
Yeah, or maybe we can stop halfway. We can figure it out. But yeah, I guess I'll start thinking about that, right? Because as I start thinking through the team, I don't know where I'd put myself.
Yeah.
For me, I don't see myself as a defender. I think I'd rather do either goalkeeper all the way or put me in the midfield or be a striker.
I could probably
that also
strike
takes a lot of effort, dude. That's a lot of energy you're expending.
Was you a fast boy?
Yeah.
I'm fast, but I don't have stamina. Like I go into overdrive real quick, but then once I'm done, I'm fucking like I'm hunched over, just catching my breath.
You're a short sprinter.
You know what? Maybe you be goalkeeper. I'll play center mid, so I can control everything.
This man loves control.
Because I'll tell you what.
This man loves control.
You
I like
put
that
a
you just
soccer
said
ball
it.
in front of me, I bet you I can kick it through the fucking net.
I give y'all 2 weeks before the rest of your team
think
just
it's gonna catch
starts
fire type shit.
That's awesome.
I will say one of the things I've heard the most during while playing softball is people being like, "Damn man, you're really fast."
Really fast.
I've heard that multiple times from different
That he
people.
challenged your brother to a race.
Oh yeah,
I did. Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, and he was like, "Why is everybody kind of funny like challenging people?" And I was like, "That's a fair point.
That's a great
That's
point.
a really great point, actually." I would love to race people here, though.
Kind of funny best friends.
If Andy ever wants to step up.
That has been your Kind of Funny Games Daily Post Show for this lovely Wednesday. We are far from done with the content. Gosh darn it, we got some dope stuff coming your way. Today, myself and Greg are going to stay at this table. We are going to play Oxenfree 2 with the developers, which is going to be really, really dope. He's on his way to get the platinum in the game, so you can tune in, hear all the stories from behind the scenes of that video game. And then we got a brand new Kind of Funny XCast coming your way and so much more. But this has been your Kind of Funny Games Daily Super Chat Post Show section with myself and the boys. Until then, goodbye, everyone. Yo, what the heck is going on, Kind of Funny best friends? It's your guy, Snowbike Mike, back again with another Kind of Funny Games afternoon stream. And we're here on the big set with some very special guests and one, Greg Miller, who has a lot of papers, a laptop, a pen, an Nalgene. You know, we're just playing games, Slappy.
Mike, I don't play games. I platinum games.
Okay,
And ladies and gentlemen,
okay.
these 9 trophies separate me from the platinum for Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals. And so we are working on that today. And I called in the developers themselves to make sure it happens. So I'm going to lay out all my papers here. Slappy.
Yeah. We're playing games here, Greg. It's not a murder mystery that you need to solve. Or is it? Who knows?
I mean,
you know?
It's kind of a mystery.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of a mystery.
Greg just takes it too far. That's all. You know what
I don't take anything far enough. And I'm happy to have Night School here to
Yep.
answer for their crimes.
Well, we're happy to be here.
Yes,
Adam
sir.
Hines, it's a pleasure to have you. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing well. I'm excited to have you do the right one-word story to get that last
I screwed
trophy
that one
that
up.
you
That's the
need.
one. You know, save states would be great. You ever think about that for some games? You ever think about that?
Never.
No.
Sean Crankle, why Sean Crankle from Night
How's it
School?
going,
Why do
man?
I got to play these goddamn games so many times? No save
Does.
states, no little notes, Mike, of like, this is how many collectibles short you are in this area.
You got paper. Just write the notes.
You know how this industry is. Everything gets judged based on how long the game is. We made a short game, so now it's 5 times longer.
18 times. Yeah.
That's it.
Let's talk about it, Greg.
But
We're
what
gonna
I
talk
love
about it.
I love that you have to treat Jacob like a dick this time. That's gonna be the best.
But I love Jacob
Mike me.
so much.
Help me.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I don't want to cover in
just
your pretty
wanna-
face. I wanna cover your
I don't
pretty
like Don't block his face.
Now, Mike, as you know, developers don't come through here all that often. You know,
Okay,
sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Yeah, but we get blessed and we get to meet some really cool people and talk about their awesome, incredible creations. And
That's true.
it's fun to get behind the scenes looks. I love it.
Of course, and that's what we're going to do with you guys.
Yep.
So, but I think it's important to point out this isn't sponsored content.
Oh,
all right?
yeah, that is
we love
true.
this game.
Something a little different for y'all. Yeah. A little different. Ain't sponsored this time.
We love this game. We wanted to talk about it, right? But I also think we need to air some grievances, all right?
Wow.
So,
well,
Sean,
it's not sponsored,
Bring him.
so you can do that. Okay.
and I can do it on sponsored content too, as you've seen me do.
Oh,
many
that's
times
true.
now.
That's true.
Sean Crankle, here's the question for
Yep,
you to start
yep.
this thing. When did you decide to stop hating me? All right?
Stop or start?
Stop.
Stop.
All right?
This game.
When I liked this one,
game.
when I
This
finally liked the
game.
Night School game?
Yeah. Now, let me tell you something.
God.
The reason why he hated the first one,
Yeah.
I don't think it's the game. It's actually the bugginess.
PC.
The game,
They made me
dude.
play it on PC.
That's what I'm saying. We
Yeah.
shipped him the game. He's blowing me up on the side, dude. I can't pass this thing. Is that part of the like a time loop glitch? No, it's because we fucked up and shipped a buggy game. But it's not buggy.
Well, you took that
anymore.
out
The
on
first
me.
one's great.
You took that out on me because
Very
I'll
first.
have you know, Mike. All right.
Yeah, lay it on
A
me.
little birdie,
Have you been reading my text?
Janina G. We'll call her.
Uh-oh.
That's
Gee.
too obvious.
Rhymes with Shmanina.
Jay Gavankar.
Oh, okay.
Once told me
Yeah.
Crankle had big beef with me. All right.
Oh,
beef.
what?
Huge
Go on.
Huge
Go
beef.
on.
Rolled his eyes.
Janina,
when
where
she
are you?
mentioned
Go
my
on.
name is what I was told.
Go on.
All right?
Roll.
That's not unusual, though.
That's not unusual.
With any name. That's
I
not
roll
that
my eyes at everybody.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see if you're rolling your eyes today as I start plowing through this and making my way. You can keep track, ladies and gentlemen, if you want. PSNprofiles.com
Yes, you can.
/GameOverGreggy. We'll be updating as we go and see through it. I feel like, Mike, I'm in a great spot. Even I should get going, I guess. You know, we only have so long with you guys before we have to go back and start working on
Why?
another game?
Perhaps.
Kinda.
Yeah.
DLC? A new thing?
I'm not going to say anything yet, but I'll say that it's all in the pocket of what people like about us. Those that do like us.
It's in the pocket.
I like you now.
Yeah.
Again.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm
Again.
glad we turned this
You made
corner.
something
Yeah.
good.
Glad we.
Oh, man. Mr.
Wait,
Hawk says
hang on.
Oxen3. Have you already kicked that around?
Oh.
this
I
video?
mean,
Oh,
we
it's a
we
good
almost didn't
name.
want to call Oxenfree 2 Oxenfree 2 because everybody says Oxenfree 3.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you think about After Party? Be honest.
I couldn't get into it.
Weren't feeling it.
I tried. I don't know. It's because
What happened?
I don't
the
know.
Comedic
You know-
stuff?
It's too funny.
you got.
It's too funny.
Yeah, he's not-
You got to be in a
He's just
mood for
putting the
games.
controller
You got to
down.
be in a very specific mood for games. And so when review embargo came around, we got review code for After Party, and I jumped in. It just didn't. I didn't stick for some reason. And I think it might have been. It's the the classic. Oh man, woe is me of replaying something you've played before. Because the
Yes.
game obviously opens
Yes.
with what the demo was and stuff like that.
Yes. I recommend a
Actually,
six-pack
and
in
also
that game.
Ashley
That game
Birch.
rocks.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Not my
That
cup
was
of
it.
tea.
That was
you know what
it.
I mean?
Wow, Greg.
That was it.
Wow.
I love you,
I
Ashley.
thought
You know
it
that.
was going to go a different way. That's okay.
All right, Greg is on the track to get his platinum, and we're talking with you guys. Of course,
Yes.
we're back here with the
out.
sequel, which is a big deal. Why this? Why did we come back to this? You talked about After Party. Like, why did we look at each other and go, "This is the move"?
It took a long time, man. Like, we actually didn't want to do it in the beginning. We thought to ourselves, why return to that world if that first story was so complete? And I think that for us, yeah, it was a tough call. But we sat around and went, if we go back to that world, what's a story worth telling? We don't want to just do a sequel for the hell of it. We don't want to turn Alex into a Ghostbuster and have her run around chasing the sign.
Could have been.
Oops, then he would have immediately
10 out of 10 right there.
So yeah, I don't know. It took some time, and like obviously After Party was a big tonal swing in another direction. We said we want to try the same general design, but a wildly different world and type of story. But then the further we got from the first game, we were able to pull apart the stuff that we thought made Oxenfree great. Like right after making it was hard to tell. Is it all about Alex? Is it all about specifically Edward's Island? Is it all about the events of that game? And when we took a couple steps back, we went, those things are special, but more broadly, you can kind of tell any personal horror story through the rules of the Oxenfree world. And that's what we started to chip away at. We were like, what about a coming of age story for a brand new character who's in her 30s, who's dealing with all kinds of shit that people in their 30s deal with? Or what about following all, exactly, there you go.
I'm going through that right now, Greg.
Dude, Mike is living Oxenfree 2 every day of his life out here. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to take over my softball team as the team captain right now.
I just heard all
I'm
this.
putting up with Greg on the daily. I got a lot going on in my 30s right now.
And I think it's worth pointing out, like, again, ladies and gentlemen, Oxenfree 2, Lost Signals, available now. Jan and I loved it. You heard our review. We're playing through it. We're talking about it. This is going to be spoilery. I got spoilery questions. It's been out a while. You should still play it even if we say stuff, so it doesn't make sense or whatever. But I think that's one of the reasons maybe that I liked this more than Oxenfree 1, outside of the bugs and stuff. But the idea that, for me, I was way more into this drama, Riley's drama, right, than Alex in the high school stuff and yada yada. Whereas this was more about like, what is your place in the world and being a parent and being on the precipice of that.
2 minutes in, spoiler, baby.
I said it. I said it was going to be spoiler.
We had the warning. We said the warning.
Yeah.
Does that come from a personal place from you guys? I mean, obviously, the studio's grown up. You've grown up.
We both have kids. The studio's grown. I mean, we always liked the idea of the game taking place in real time, a little bit after the first one. So it's not like this is 30 seconds later. It's more 5 or 6 years later. But the big thing that we talked about was like, how does our audience, how have they grown up? We have people in the studio now. We have an artist on our team who is like, Oxenfree 1, I played it in high school and it changed my life. And that's why I wanted to work in games. And now she works and does art for us now. She's fucking incredible. And so I think that concept of like growing up with it felt interesting. I think the other thing was just like the rules of Oxenfree let you hold a mirror up to trauma and like challenges and like, making you feel bad about any moment in life, right? Or regret about things. And so for us, like the challenges of raising a child and the challenges of leaving behind aspects of young adulthood and moving and looking into your future just were cool themes.
Yeah.
That's it, Adam. Yeah.
Yeah, that's deep right there.
Adam, I swear to God, fucking turn it on for this stream.
Stoic.
No, no, it was funny.
We needed Blow in the green room.
No, I feel like the team was going to honestly think that the story was coming from too personal of a place, almost. Because a couple months before, we were like, what should the overall story of Oxenfree 2 be after we already decided it's not going to be an Alex thing, it's not going to be a hyper-specific sequel to the first one. A couple months before, I was like, so my wife is pregnant. And they were like, we
can do something with that. Let's make that great news horrible.
And I was like, no, it's not because of that. It's a natural evolution. But I was like, okay, yeah, sure. It's coming from my thoughts are thinking about this. But yeah, it definitely felt like also a cool opportunity if the first game had a lot of flashbacks to the thing that's on Alex's mind all the time about her brother and losing that and the transition to having a new stepbrother now. If we had some flash forwards for Riley and seeing where her life could go based on choices that she's making now, it just kind of, it all made sense in a couple different ways.
Yeah, we, like, really early, we talked about how the first game was holding up your past against you and making you feel bad about that. And even the idea of losing your past was the scary thing. So in this one, we went, what if the fear of losing your future was at play, right? And so this idea of parenting, this idea of my choices not mattering, this idea of, like, I only have so many years left on this planet, like, how do we make that scary? So the specter of your future being taken is very central to Riley's story, whereas Alex was unpacking the shit of her dead brother. Also, more spoilers. from the first game.
Throwing them out there here on this one.
You had
Want to know all the
chance.
endings?
Play
We'll
the
tell
game
you all the
no matter
endings
what.
right now.
You get to sit here. Let's talk about the whole thing, and it's still going to be great. Talk to me a little bit about the shift in art style. Obviously, years change and tech changes and stuff like that. But was it? Where did the motivation come from that?
It was. I will tell you something that may make people bummed out that we didn't go this other direction. We actually prototyped a fully 3D version for a while.
Oh, wow.
And like, it just didn't feel right. It was cool, but it didn't feel right. We jokingly posted it, I think, on Twitter, like in 2017. We're like, ha, Oxen something. And everybody's like, we want that. And we're like, we're not going to do that. But
Too bad.
I think, we instead decided how can we plus every single element from the first one. So we looked at other 2D games that had lots of motion in them. So look at like Ori, stuff like that, where the world is alive and beautiful, and add a little bit more Z depth, and more fidelity to all of it.
Look at that
and
Z
that
depth.
was it.
Mike, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, you guys into
Right
Z
over
depth?
my head there.
Boom.
Like, give me an explanation of Z depth.
I dig that one. yeah. Ori, I get. I like that.
Hang on. X, Y, Z.
There it is. I can
There
see
it
it right
is.
now on the screen. It's
Feel
right.
that Z.
That's wild. Good thing I got my glasses on. Brand new.
I know, Mike.
Life in my 30s now. I've accepted glasses into my life.
This man could not see the TV screens in front of him. We had to make it a
2 years.
bit. Nick had to go and film him at the eye
Just
doctor.
get glasses?
Yeah, these are
I'm
like
-9 in this eye, dude. It's bad. I'm like,
that bad?
Really?
I'm legally blind. If you guys somehow get my contacts out, you can bully me the rest of this thing.
When did that
Shove you
happen?
into a locker.
When I was little,
Yeah.
when I was like 12, maybe 10.
What happened?
Back in the Midwest.
Yeah.
You and I
Represent
living
what
out
up?
there. Let's talk about
Midwest.
Lucky Boys confusion.
Yeah,
at
let's
some
talk
point
about
during
some
this
Lucky
fucking
Boys
stream.
confusion. I was just listening to Throwing the Game the
no,
other day in
you
the car.
weren't.
Yeah, I was.
No, you weren't.
You know how it is. There's
I
an
love it.
old adage, right, of like everybody's. For a lot of people, and I'm in that group. Your music tastes like kind of stop at senior year of
that's
high
it.
school.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
That's
yeah, I'll
it.
go dust off some LBC here.
Boys
and
for
there.
me. Yeah, but where are we going with that? Oh, the art, right. So we also just come off of After Party, which was more, it actually felt a lot more 3D. And that was another thing that we thought maybe we want to lean into that. Every time we did it, it like removed the charm of this specific world. So we just plus the hell out of everything. We want a portal to open and cut through a tree, instead of just be in the background. We want to feel the rain and have the characters like lean into it, and so I don't know. We plussed it is basically the main goal.
I love that. Plus,
Yeah, just
we're
be
learning.
totally
Plus the
like,
babies.
I don't know what to do with this truck.
Don't
and
sell
then
yourself short.
have it.
Oh, here we are.
We are currently working right now
Okay,
on
yeah,
Take
yeah.
Care of Athena. This is
Okay.
the trophy we need. This is the third ending I need to unlock.
Okay.
And basically, for Jacob here, I tell him nothing and be a dick. That was the notes, of course, from PlayStationTrophies.org. Hello.
Pretty
Oh,
much.
okay.
Yeah,
But
just
if
be
you just
really
click
mean
E
to sweet
and try and
Jacob.
start it for me, I can see a little bit what's happening.
I mean, sweet, sure,
It's
but
hard.
also like,
It's the most
What are your thoughts on
challenging-
him?
I mean, you know.
You think he's a schmuck, or you
Yeah,
kinda like,
yeah.
super schmuck?
Trust
like
me,
in real life,
I
would you
work
be like,
with a
"Get away
couple
from me"?
schmucks here, all right? And I know when I see one. And yeah, Jacob's schmuck number one.
with a bullet.
I enjoyed in my second playthrough where I did the thing where I didn't even look at his stupid art. I got back down there. I'm like, I didn't even look at it,
heartbreaking.
kid. Get out of here.
Heartbreaking.
Go get a better hat, you
Actor
dummy.
Joe
You're
Bianco,
evil,
who plays
Greg.
him, is the sweetest man on earth,
know,
and
he's
like
nice.
it's kind of fun to be awful to his character.
Sure, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about the voice acting. Who were some names that maybe people will recognize? Was there someone exciting that you brought on for this time around that you're really pleased to work with?
Yeah, I'll shut up for a minute. You talk about the cast.
There we go.
Yeah, definitely Joe for Jacob. Joe, I mean, the entire cast practically, without spoilers, without getting into spoilers for this one, are pretty much unknowns largely.
Wow.
We just, found them just through open casting calls or friends of friends. But Liz, who plays Riley, is really definitely the heart and soul of the
She's
game.
great.
She played Sarah in Next Stop Nowhere. And we just thought, God, her voice just has this great quality, and she sounds just like this character that we're envisioning for this new game. Like, we'll still have, open casting calls just to see how it goes. And a week into it, we're like, we're just gonna hire her. Like, she was great. She nailed it. And it worked out.
Yeah, no, I
But there's other people who we're gonna get spoilery.
Okay. Yeah,
I mean, we're
let's
gonna
get-
see.
spoiler?
You're gonna see.
We're gonna
her.
see it in
Aaron's
a
gonna
few
pop
minutes.
Up. We know
Aaron's
she's
gonna pop
coming.
up. We might as well just do it.
Yeah.
All right. First of
Rip
all,
the
let's just
Band-Aid
start
off.
by saying everybody just buy this game. It's a great game.
There we go.
Ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen,
Tell
what's
Greg.
your fucking
Let's
problem?
start there.
Buy Oxenfree 2.
We're
All right?
20 days
How
into
many
launch.
times do Janet and I have to tell you a game's great before you buy it?
I concur. That said, yes, some of the cast from the first return for very meaningful ways.
Here,
That's
yeah,
all we'll
in
say. Yeah.
small aspects and big aspects.
So, could you grab the transmitter?
And let's talk about the open casting call process for all of you guys. Like, what is that like for a studio like yourself to bring in all these different voices? Is it wide range where, like, oh, one half of the team loves this voice, the other half loves this? Do you all come together and go, oh, we love that voice? What's that process like for all of you?
It's long. It's a long process. It starts out horrifying, really, because you send out these these casting sheets, and you're like, okay, we want this specific type of character, only looking for voice. Don't care what you look like. We're just looking for this. And when we were casting Oxenfree 1,
Oh, I'm so excited for him to tell this story.
we were like,
Actually.
here they come. They start pouring in, and it's for like this mysterious unknown game from an unknown studio. So you're getting the full delta. People that have been in commercials, people that haven't been in anything, some recognized names. And we're like, man, there's hundreds. We can't wait to dig into this. First one we open is a woman it's just a video. So a woman in a parking garage.
Twerking in a parking lot
at night, just in front of her car headlight. That
Yeah.
was that's the
No talking.
voice acting.
That
No
was
talking.
Janina.
And that's how after party.
After party, and we're like,
Literally.
oh,
Working in like grainy footage where you're like, how does this even look so shitty? We had iPhones.
Hell yeah.
Super
Yeah.
grainy. Then another one. I hope some of these people are watching. This guy comes out with this little tiny top hat and a pinstripe suit, and he's like, "Hey, I'm here to play Jonas." And we're like, "Wow,
You got the
So
job.
you got it. Yeah, you are here to play
You
him.
just sift through a lot of
Man,
that.
that's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you find the like 5 amazing ones
Killers.
out of this sea of nonsense. So it's always fun. It's always entertaining.
I like that.
But we got really lucky with the cast for
Not that it's a bad
this one.
thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't want you.
Okay, Andy Cortez, you hear that out there? No twerking on your next audition tape.
I mean, unless
My
I mean,
buddy-
it almost worked.
Great point.
My buddy Andy, he's talented, okay, but he can also twerk and throw that dumper. So
Kevin, you back there?
You got to make sure he knows. That's
Yep.
all.
Is Andy here? Get Andy in here. Get him through some
I will
auditions.
search for him.
No,
All right, well,
I got
that's
some
just
singles
a
I
big
want to throw at him.
chance. Oxen 3 is right around the corner. We got to make sure Andy's in it.
I am not here.
It's great. Not there? Oh, man, he's missing his shot.
No.
That sucks for Andy. Speaking of missing your shot, guys, we're going to order lunch from here. So you look at that and you tell me what you put in there, what you want.
Hell yeah.
Beautiful.
Kevin, what do you want from
Yeah.
Little Joe's?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take a meatball salad.
You got
Meatball
pizza,
salad.
so
Oh, they got
I'm
pizza, yeah.
feeling good.
Yeah, they got some great options there.
Nice to meet you.
What's some of your favorite things to eat at the studio since we're talking food really quick?
And where
What's
is the studio
for
for people who don't know?
Well, okay,
Yeah.
so we, for the first 7 years of the studio, we were in a tiny little studio in a fairly industrial area of Glendale, California, that was sharing space with Diplo's recording label.
Shout out to the Dale with the
Oh.
Dip.
Go, baby. And
Was
then
he
Joseph
whipping up any
Gordon
tracks?
Levitt was like above us doing his hitrecord.org
KGL?
KGL.
Oh my
you ever talk
God.
to him? Did you say, hey?
There's a
You
good
say, hey?
coffee
You give him
shop.
We would pass him in the hall.
Yeah.
Rob would be like, there's KGL. A little bit of that. There was a cool coffee shop that had board games. They went out of business, sadly. And as we grew, I mean, I liked getting the tour here earlier because it was a similar sort of like, okay, we got 3 more people. That changes the dynamic dramatically. So now we would move over to another spot. And that kept happening. Then the pandemic hit. And then we had grown a little bit more and we had outgrown the office. And then we joined Netflix in the middle of the pandemic while we were working from home.
Wow.
So we are now at a Netflix office, which
Cool.
is pretty rad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was that like selling out?
Oh, easy.
Oh God.
Easy.
You're talking
Saw that
to,
check?
Oof.
talking to one of the biggest assholes. It was interesting because it was 6 months. We were already talking to Netflix about we were going to license some of our games just for the platform.
Oh, no, I said
Before
the
they
dad
kicked
thing.
off.
I screwed up. I'm not
Oops.
supposed to share anything.
Start over.
It's
It's
naturally
okay.
jumped to
That's
my-
fine. That's fine.
We're
You have
gonna
a
be doing
lot
this all
of
day.
time to
Okay.
make Jacob hate you.
Okay, good.
That's
Good,
okay.
good, good, good,
Yeah,
good.
you're good.
Sorry.
All
I gotta
good.
be mean. I gotta act
All
like
good.
Jeff Jarrett.
Okay,
I gotta act
okay.
like Jeff Jarrett. Be mean to everybody.
I saw the broken guitar out there.
I don't want to talk about it.
Beautiful.
I had him sign it.
Where's his brace? Oh, really?
Yeah. Hell yeah. I had him sign it. We're going to put that up on the wall.
Seriously, but
Um,
I'm fine.
So let's see. Yeah, part of Netflix. So the food there's pretty goddamn good.
That's great. Good. They're taking care of you. That's
They got
awesome.
good food. I mean,
Yeah.
nothing really changed that much other than bigger office, good food,
Well, let's talk about Netflix. So on the real.
and a bidet.
What?
Every toilet.
Now, I'll tell you what, Greg Miller
Clean out
sold
that
me a
culo.
dream. He's like, Mike, we're going to get you a bidet in
You
this
have a bidet?
toilet. And I said, hell yeah, that sounds great. I haven't
There
seen a
are
bidet.
multiple bidets here
Yep.
because of me.
There's just
Greg
boxes of
Miller
bidets.
tweeting about my dirty butthole. And a bidet company said, we'd love to send you some bidets. They sent the bidets. I got excited and I told Tim, and Tim goes, oh, Greg, we can't do it because we're going to have a bidet sponsorship.
Pretty good
That was
impersonation.
6 months ago.
My butt is
Our
not
butts
clean,
are
Greg.
filthy.
Well, that's what I'm here.
Kevin, we need to install these the non-sponsored bidets, and then when the real ones show up for this filthy sponsorship, he's
I've
talking.
still never used a bidet to this day. I'm still trying to
Dude.
use the bidet, man.
It makes you jump. It makes you jump.
The first time, now I lean in.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh
oh,
yeah, oh yeah.
The first time is rough. Is it the cold ones? Is it
Yeah,
it Tushy?
why
Use
don't-
my code, 10% Crankle. I already signed the sponsorship.
Did you pick your lunch?
No, I'm talking about my butt.
Scratch my butt. Okay, sorry, my apologies.
Yeah, let's talk about Netflix. That's so
Just
awesome.
ignore him right now. That's what I'm doing. That's mean, right?
Yeah, you need to focus over there.
No, I'm ignoring Jacob.
Oh, okay,
I'm not
good
even
call.
responding to a lot.
Oh,
of stuff.
wow.
What do you like at
Ice
this
him.
place?
Ice him out.
I like the meatball sub or the chicken Caesar wrap.
Meatball
This is
sub.
their lunch menu. They have some really great stuff. All the items will come with like house-made potato chips as well that are delicious as can be.
Look, you can get the meatball sub, no meatballs.
That's crazy.
That's an option.
Yeah, I like bread with a piece of cheese in there.
And the sauce.
I'll
and the
take
sauce.
that.
I like that, Kevin.
Yeah,
I will order for you, Kevin. Don't worry about it.
Kevin
I have
wants a
you.
meatball sub. He said.
Yep, I got it for him. Yeah, let's talk about Netflix though, because that's an awesome, incredible deal, right? So what's that like? Before Netflix, they get on the phone, they call up, and you say, "Heck yeah, let's do this." What's that whole process like, and how has it benefited your team?
Oh, it was bonkers. Bonkers in that we're all working from home, so I'm like crammed in a corner of my bedroom trying to make deals happen. We're trying to make games. We're trying to grow a team. All these things are like
sounds very familiar.
difficult in the middle of that, right? And then one day after one of the meetings, we were just talking about bringing Oxenfree over to the service. Somebody says, "Sean, can you stick around for a few minutes?" And I go, "Oh God, well this thing's
What
all apart."
Did I talk about the bidet again?
Can we talk
sorry.
about that bidet? And it was like, hey, would you ever be interested in any sort of a strategic partnership? Because the last 3 months of working with you guys and the types of games you build, your approach to building new IP, your approach to agency and story, all of that is stuff that we really align with. And would you be interested? I'm like,
Wow.
oh, perhaps. And then I run out of the room like, yeah, go crazy.
That's awesome. Yes.
Kick the door open. My wife was in a meeting. She's a scientist. She's doing something far more important. I'm like,
Like, shut up.
we got a ball game, baby. And then I came back out, and then like 2 days later, had a great conversation with all these execs at Netflix. And then like a week later, we were off to the races, starting to figure out what a deal could look like.
Wow.
And then 3-4 months later, close the whole thing up. And what has it meant for the team? Well, it's meant that we can hire the people that we've, additional roles that we haven't been able to hire, right? So a lot of the time, I'm sure you guys have felt this too. It's like, God, I wish we had this person or that person.
Sure.
Now we can go, okay, we can have a very specialized role around, right? The other thing is that our timelines don't have to be super aggro, right? Like
Okay.
before it was like, you don't ship, you might go out of business, or you might go beg some other first party for some help or this or that, and now it's
If
kinda
you don't
like,
get
let's
that
make
Game
it.
Pass deal, if you don't get that PlayStation Plus,
That's the thing. Like that's indie life in general, and it's great because those partnerships are awesome. But at the same time, like we want to just take a breather, do the right thing for the game.
Yeah.
I think the other thing was like looking back at how the studio started, like that was the most, I think, inventive that we had been in a while. Like because when the studio started, we're like, take a big swing with the design, take a big swing with the story. Like we just put everything in. And then the moment the studio started, every game after that, while things we were passionate about, we never got to slow it down and go, let's learn, let's change, let's be strategic. Instead, it was like start making the next fucking thing all the time, right?
Yeah.
So now we can do that. We can think. We can make the game. Like we can ensure the game that we're shipping is something that Greg won't shit on because it's not buggy or.
I was going to say, it's not shocking. Your first Netflix game is one I like. The money's paying off. The polish you're able to put on.
Yeah, 1 + 1 = 2 there.
But no, this is something I think I talk a lot about on Games Daily because I think people worry, understandably so, about consolidation, acquisitions, people changing.
It's working great.
Obviously, not everything's apples to apples across the entire video game industry, but I feel like people know what they're buying and they usually don't want to get in the way of it.
Right.
And so again, to bring you in, I always go back to, you know, how open Tim Schafer's been about, you know, getting acquired by Xbox, let alone the fact of what Double Fine was like so your point, right, of like, oh man, we are on a shoestring and if this doesn't work, it's closing time, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that to go and get into these deals and to get acquired and then to have all of that BS go off so you guys can get back to creating, hiring, building a team and just worrying about the game, I think that's best case.
That's how it's felt. And honestly, that's we talked about Double Fine a lot when we were joining. We're like, we hope we can earn half the, you know, prestige that team has and the ability to remain autonomous. By the way, we're also not like, we got to be alone in a little cave naked throwing paint around, like don't talk to us. Like we want you can't see below the table right now, or can you guys? But like I think for us we want to just bolster the areas that have taken our attention away, because we were self-publishing, self-marketing, self-everything before, right?
Yeah.
As an indie, that's tough. It's definitely tough. And the cool, honestly, and this is not me, you know, blowing smoke up at anybody's ass, the leadership at Netflix is so good because they are game people. Like they're actual game builders, right? And so they respect us, not in a way that's like, oh, we're just going to be hands off for the sake of being hands off, but rather they're going, we trust you and you let us know where you need help. And we need help sometimes, obviously, right? But like, it's just been a really good relationship. We're about a year and a half in and it's awesome.
That's really rad to hear.
Yeah, it's good.
I think from the outside, right, like you think about Netflix games, I don't think a lot of people know behind the scenes, right? You think of Netflix as the juggernaut, right? Give me a movie, give me some too hot to handle TV series, right? Like I don't know
give
about
me
the
that.
game, and it's awesome.
You know how I feel about
like
that.
That's really cool to know that.
Yeah. It's been, and the other thing is like when we joined, it was pretty small. Netflix Games is growing. By the way, shit's hitting the fan right now. Cover your ears and eyes if you're in a great way.
Again, come on, everybody. What'd you tune in for if you don't want to see this? This game's great and we're talking over it. We're talking about how great the VO is, how great the stories are. I'm just talking all over it as I look at my trophies, all right?
Yeah.
Throw them a bone and buy the game. They didn't even pay me to say it.
Please, it's so good. I feel confident saying it's the best game we've ever made. Not just because of the shit talking. I legitimately, we all say it in the studio, which feels amazing after this time, right? To go like, that's it, the best thing.
Yeah.
For the record, this is when you hooked me.
Hey, where?
This jump
moment,
forward here where I was like, whoa.
who are these people? What's happening?
What the hell's
Did you guess
another bug?
Like what was happening there?
Not at first, because when I first had it, I was like, was that actually Riley or was it a different person? And then like the next one or when we get the call or whatever happens next, I was like, oh, okay, I see what too.
I'm picking up what they're laying down.
And then, so my question for you, obviously, you know, Oxenfree 1, time loop, new game plus, get to the end and blah, blah, blah. Was there a temptation to do that again, even though you kind of do? Like the way the game starts, even though there's no connection, Riley talks like, wait, what's going on? And then, so I got so much out of it playing it again. I'm sure you saw my review. Like 12,000 views on YouTube.
Big time.
Running on a video wall.
These are numbers PewDiePie wishes he could get, all right?
This is our alarm clock.
But it is that idea, right, of like, even though this isn't a true time loop, it feels time loopy. And playing it again did feel so meaningful because, you know, the first time you meet Olivia, we just saw the kids there on the beach. It's like, what's going on? Who are these people? I'm guessing. And then knowing even the full story, I felt like I got more out of it. Like, did you guys sit down at a board and you're like, Adam, like, no time loop?
No,
we'll make it kind of time loopy.
We definitely did not want this game to end with that same thing of Oxenfree 1. Again, spoilers, sorry, but Oxenfree 1 ends, and depending on the ending that you get, you might have the feeling that, uh-oh, I'm still stuck in the same problem. I should play this again and maybe make different choices to see how I can really get out. And that fit perfectly well for that story, for those themes, for those characters. You're stuck on an island. You're just trying to escape the whole time. So we didn't want to do that trick again twice, but for this one we wanted to open very much in media res, a feeling like shit's already really weird, it's creepy, I don't know why I'm on a pier with a lighthouse and it's raining, and am I in a nightmare, am I not? So that the kind of soft goal was, once you get to the end of the game, if you replay it, you feel like it is just kind of one big cycle, but not in a way that you're like trapped. It's like the game kind of dropped you in at a random beat, and then you jump around after that.
Just
Who are you?
Now, this is Olivia. We got to be nice to her, sympathetic the whole time, mean to the other kids.
Yes.
We're mean to everybody in this playthrough.
Everybody else but one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of the radio people we have to help a little bit too.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little side question over here, just from the chat to get them involved. D writes in and says, "Is Oxenfree 1 required gameplay to get into part 2?"
It is not.
Okay,
No, it's
good to
not.
know.
It definitely helps you for a lot of the references. We're cheeky with some references. We're not so cheeky with others. And I feel like, personally speaking, the game does a pretty good job of catching you up to the fact that you need to know. Like
Yeah.
Jacob is an information hound, and he's like, oh, this urban myth and this thing happened, and so you'll be caught up with the stuff that you absolutely need. But obviously, it helps a ton with Oxenfree 1. And of course, you just buy Oxenfree 1 too. I mean, just jump right
dip.
in there.
Aren't these all available right
Yeah.
now on
Oh,
Netflix games on your phones and tablets?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go. If you
Yes.
have Netflix, ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen, you got
You
it.
literally can just get. You already
One
have.
and two.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
1 and 2 talk to each other
kind of
in
interesting.
really
Oh, let's talk about
in really fun ways. I do think something that we didn't talk about and that maybe you guys also did not know is that when 1 ends, it actually has a new game plus mode that dramatically changes the game and gives you the real ending. So basically, you play through 1 the first time, and the whole thing is like, let's get the hell off this island and not die, right? And then it ends on that kind of Inception-y vibe that Adam was talking about, where you're like, I don't know if we're stuck here or not. But then when you start your second playthrough, it says continue timeline. And you're like, what the hell does that mean? And you start playing, and what used to be the first time you hear a friend's band playing on the radio, now you hear Alex talking, this is the player character, saying, do not go to this fucking island without the F word. And then your second playthrough is actually warning all of the other versions of Alex in the universe to not come. And so it's a very different, cool experience. So I'll just say that all of that does manifest in interesting ways in this one. But Riley's story is Riley's story. Like, it's definitely fine if you never played the first one.
My advice, right, when we were talking about it and reviewing it, was very much like, I think it's not a must play, like in terms of like, oh, you got it, you'll be lost, but at least go read the Wikipedia.
Yes.
Because I felt like that gave
yeah.
such a great job of like when I was like,
Totally.
I was dusting off the old brain, like what was going on and what happened here.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's Alex? Oh yeah.
Of course, another fun one coming in. Greg is searching for trophies.
You know.
And Greg is a trophy hound. I'm sure he hounded you guys about the trophy list on
there.
that.
I was told I'm here to help him get trophies.
Yeah.
Yeah, then he ignores you and just reads pieces of paper. Right.
No one's
It's
ignoring
crazy.
anybody, Mike. This is a
crazy.
serious
It's crazy.
thing, all right?
Have you seen anyone so mad for a trophy like Greg is? When they print out papers and go wild.
I don't even know if it's fun anymore. Like, what is the definition of a game if you're just popping bubble wrap in
kinda just
every
work.
single bubble?
Yes.
I don't know.
I mean, you raise a great point. It'd be almost like you should be able to get all the trophies in one playthrough. It would be nice if
extending play
I wasn't
time.
I'm having a great thing. All hell's breaking loose in this game. Ghosts, this. I got to think. Did I check the entire island for Adler letters? I don't know. I saw the ones I saw and I got them, Mike. I'm not about to. Oh, Riley, hold on a second. Your whole life's going upside
Gotta
down.
find
But
a
let's dig in the
Gotta
dirt.
find the
Let's go
letter.
dig in the goddamn dirt like a worm.
But now you're doing it now.
Yes,
So it's
exactly.
good, yeah.
With you guys having fun.
We
man.
talk about choice and consequence a lot, and that the interesting part about choice is not what you chose to do, but what you miss out on, right? That's the pain point of going,
Yep.
shit. And that's how it is in life, right? Like if I go to do this thing and I miss out on that, so be it. So that's kind of how the trophies are laid out. It's
Honestly,
True.
trophies out of it, I do really appreciate the ending and the choice. You have a choice to make there, and it was that I am not usually one to replay a game, and this is not me blowing smoke. Because if I was blowing smoke, we'd have to go use the bidets. I finished that, and I immediately wanted to replay it, and I was, as I said in the review, right, so happy to replay it, to get more out of it, let alone to get to the end and have that different conversation and different choice and see how that does, let alone then what the epilogue is and how that changed. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's awesome to hear. I mean, I think with all these games so far, we kind of view them as like, I don't think we've ever said this, so if it sounds corny, let's just wipe it. We're not live, right?
We're not live.
We
No
can
one will
rewind
hear
this.
this. ever.
Everybody in the
Great.
tree of trust, if this sounds corny, you didn't hear it.
If it's terrible, it's terrible. But like, kind of like listening to your favorite album over and over. It's like the idea of like, I just want to watch and be immersed in this thing, and it's kind of vibey. And so replaying it ideally shouldn't feel like a painful experience or a chore, and it's more like I can spend 6+ hours enveloping myself in this space again. So the vibes are just as much a part of like it is the difficult choices and everything else.
How difficult it is to find that vibe, to make it feel fun for the second time, the third time, the fourth time, make it feel like I'm getting something out of it. Is that a difficult thing to chase and actually capture?
It's a giant pain in the ass. Yeah, it's really hard. It's because it's just a lot of writing, and it's a lot of trying to say yes to the player at all times. And also we're always internally like, God, this choice is great, but then we gotta test it and make sure it works. It's like, is it worth that? Is it worth the work and the struggle if only 10% of players are going to see it? But those are the coolest choices when only 10% of players do see that and then get online and tell their friends like, I didn't even know you could do this. And I always use the example of the first Last of Us, where I was shocked at how many environments they would build out, these interiors of these houses. There's nothing in them. There's nothing to do, but it just fills out the world, and it makes that stuff when you actually do find things. Yeah. It just feels so much more rewarding and real.
There was this old game. You guys probably never heard of it, called Telltale's The Walking Dead.
An old game.
Ancient. A bunch of clowns made it.
Gary.
But that was one of my favorite things, is going and playing it, the episode, coming back the next day, and then there's this other clown you probably never heard of called Mitch Dyer. Him and me talking about the choices. What did you see? What did you do? And then like, what? That could happen? I didn't even realize, da-da-da-da. Like, that's the power of it, and you have that in here with the conversations and the things. Did you see this? Did you know that? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, no, it's cool. No, I mean, it's a great feeling when people who have made the game 2 years later are like, oh, I didn't even know if you were silent here, this will happen. Yeah, like the people who made it are still like finding random things, which is cool.
That's pretty rad. What other games in this kind of genre do you like to see? He brings up The Walking Dead, right?
Did you guys like The Walking Dead, Sean? Did you like The Walking Dead?
I did like The Walking Dead. Yeah. I have some friends that worked on it.
Oh, really?
So,
I didn't know that.
So I better say I loved it. No, it's great. Especially season 1's incredible. Like, I think there's so many moments in that. I love the types of moments where, like, and I don't remember the character names from it.
Lee
Clementine. But, like, there's a moment where Lee, you can choose to, like, put a bullet in somebody, and it feels like obviously the right cathartic thing to do. It was like the one episode where you're in a barn or something, and then the camera pans over and Clem saw it happen. Like, those types of choices are so great. Like, because you're like, I got the consequence that I wanted, yet, oh God, I just created a new problem for myself that was far worse than, what I would have wanted to have done. So, yeah, I mean, I think we try to look at this a little bit less like a Telltale game or like Life is Strange that have a lot of fixed cameras, and we want it more to feel like you are just playing a story. We're empowering you. Your player verbs are talking and moving and solving things, and ideally we are very closely replicating what it's like to just sit around and sometimes shoot the shit, other times deal with big problems, and not think of it like a game, not think of it like there's a binary correct choice, not think of it like, oh God, I said the bad thing or the nice thing or whatever, and more just like, I want to live in this space and get through this adventure together.
Yeah.
So I don't know, we reference other stuff. Yeah, a lot.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, our...
Bullet point number 2 for the hurt healed. Don't interrupt the trio on the radio. Listen in. We're not sure if this is essential. Thank you, PlayStationTrophies.org. But we found not butting in led to conversations with Olivia when you get to Garland.
Hey.
He's on it. He's on the track.
I'm doing my homework.
Have we popped
Do you know if PlayStationTrophies.org is correct, Adam?
That doesn't sound right, but...
It sounded a little funny.
It's a little funny.
I would do it anyway just to hear the conversation.
Why not?
Don't you love that? Like reading a guide for a game you did, you're like, well, that's not actually anything you need to do.
It'll work, but
it's gonna get you there in the end, I guess.
Play it with your feet, and it'll work.
That doesn't sound good.
Of course, reminder to all the Kind of Funny best friends watching out there, whether you be on Twitch and or YouTube, don't be afraid. You can get in the chat. You can write questions to these two incredible dudes, or to ask Greg about his madness into trophy hunting. We are here. We'll read the chat. We'll have some fun with each and every one of you guys.
JHerb24 says, has Greg gotten the Olivia Friend achievement? That is one only 3% of players on PC have gotten. Well, let's just talk about a few different things here.
Okay, talk about it.
JHerb, I knew you were a PC player. when literally I just said I'm going after the hurt healed trophy, which is became friendly with Olivia. So that's how I knew you were one of these PC gamers who got kicked by a mule, all right? Secondly, only 3% of PC players got it. That's because the other 97% are still installing their drivers and DirectX 10 so they can actually play this game, all right? J Herb, you better give us some subs or I swear to God.
That's so mean.
They love it though. They're weird, you know? We got a whole sub dom thing going on. See? Look at J Herb says lol, love it. I gotta get on Cameo, but not say nice things to anybody. You know what I mean?
That's the way.
You can do some sub-dom stuff. You're ready to let's talk about Netflix really quick and the power of being able to be part of that subscription service and click on your game and go for it. What was that like? Is it developing different now, or is it still the same as you were starting off the first one?
I mean, so yeah, with Oxenfree 1, we ended up eventually porting that to mobile about a year and a half later. We didn't expect with the first game for it to do well on mobile. It was just like an easy-ish port because this was the time that we had already seen the industry slide into free-to-play predatory mechanics and everything. Man. Yeah, I said it.
They call me microtransaction Mike because I'll give anybody $5. Okay, I love that.
So I was kind of like...
J Herb with the 10 gifted subs. You can stick around. Sorry, I know that donating that sent back your next graphics card fund. You know what I mean?
Well, thank you, J Herb.
They can handle it, clearly.
But the mobile version actually started killing, and it like surpassed the other versions to become the most consistent. I think the Steam version was performing quite well too, but like the mobile version kept trucking along. So we weren't like a mobile studio, air quotes around that to start, but then everything that we've been doing was already focused on that. So on the Netflix front, it was great because our model was already sort of make a game that you can play through and complete, and we would regularly charge you for it on mobile. Now we don't. I do think that the experiences are different enough on both, and I don't mean the design or anything. I just mean like it's very different playing the game on your phone or your iPad versus PC or console. So we have been fortunate enough to hear a lot of people are kind of like double dipping. I guess one is free if you already have Netflix.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's good on both. But with regards to development, yeah, it hasn't been a big shift for us.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Are you, being one of the studios there and then knowing these Netflix folks, are you able to give them advice on, like, do they talk to you about what they should be looking for, the types of games they should be, what works, what doesn't work, what a hardcore gamer wants out of a Netflix game?
Totally. Yeah. I mean, the reality is we can all see we're in the very early days of what Netflix is in games at all.
Yeah.
And so
Big rumor they're going to launch a controller app. You see that? Maybe play some games on your TV.
I did see that. It wasn't even a rumor. It showed up that it's shipped. I think it's out there. I actually popped my head up over somebody's desk yesterday and went, "Oh, this thing's out, huh?"
Yeah.
Yeah. No comment. Anyways. Yeah, it's cool because right now all of the leadership is trying to problem solve things that are brand new, right?
Yeah.
Like there is nobody at Netflix going, "We're gonna go to the top of the mountain and place the flag in and go that we're the best in games." I mean, this is an industry that's been around for decades, and there's awesome stuff being done across the spectrum. It's more like, let's problem solve this together. What are the right types of games? What do we do with the platform? Where to, like, and I don't think there's a lot of clear answers to a lot of that. So yes, like I fortunately get a seat at the table with that.
That's great.
Yeah, it's cool. All right, we are at a point now.
Poor Jacob.
Yeah, explain what's happening with Jacob.
Jacob is what you'd call possessed. So he's got the red.
Maybe you've heard of it.
Yes, in the indie parlance, possessed. He needs some help, and you have to help him, or else the game won't continue. So you can't be mean to Jacob in this moment and leave him by the side of the road.
You could have earlier, though.
Yes, you definitely could have.
Solo the entire way.
Yeah.
Bam!
Remember your name and address and telephone number too. And if someday you lose your way, you know just what to do.
It's the way we
Good
treat
advice. Good advice.
That is very good advice.
Yeah.
I should remember my address.
Stick to it.
That's good to know, just in case I ever get lost. You know?
Just get it tattooed in reverse on your chest. Find
then
yourself
never
at a
move.
dive bar, pull the shirt up.
I should probably know that.
Take me home.
Gotta go home.
Well, you know, Greg, you gave me the look. It's like you haven't been on Amazon. You're like, oh shit, I don't know my address.
No, that is
Now I
not
gotta
happening to
Google,
me.
what's the
No.
zip code? I don't know the zip
codes.
code.
I can that.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? You got the office
Is
zip
it
code,
street?
the home
Is it
zip code.
boulevard?
It's
Is
too
it
many.
road? I don't know. You know.
Yes.
A lot.
Wait,
Something I was going to say that's kind of funny about that Portal opening sound. So the guy who does all of our music and sound design, his name is Andy Rohrman. He goes by the artist name Scientific. He's super incredible. We brought him on full time finally after 8 years of working as like external collaborators. But with Oxenfree 1 and this one, the way he got that sound of a portal started with him hooking up some wild mic to a fan in his ceiling and spinning that around, and then taking that sound and he ran it through like a reel-to-reel, and then he like broadcast some stuff.
Who's looking at the fan on their ceiling like, this is going to be it?
And that's
the
it. But
portal.
now you'll hear it. Next time you open a portal, it's going to be whoop, 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 whoop. But, and that's how he did it.
I love that. Yeah, that's cool
pretty
because when we were covering Halo and Infinite coming out, right, they had the big sound design team get their own special where it's like, oh, they're putting dry ice on piano strings and it
Really?
was screeching. They had the bug in the office making the grunt noise. So that was like really dope. Behind the scenes, how did we capture that sound? Yeah, this guy
Foley
strapped
work,
the microphone
man.
to a fan. It was
They have the
Awesome.
dopest job. It would be great.
Right?
I want
That'd
to
be
do
fun.
that. Yeah.
Well, you
I think
could.
it's
You
so
can go
fun.
hang out with them
That's
for a
true.
day, make some noises.
I just don't. I can fart. I don't know what else I can really do. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can talk and fart.
Jacob, man, I am happy you're alive.
There's some Z depth for you.
Some
Z-Depth.
Z-Depth.
Yeah.
Now,
There's
now I'm
some
going to know
Z-Depth.
forever, which is
Yes.
pretty rad,
Yes.
right?
Parallel
It's not the Y and the X. It's
Nope,
Z.
it's the Z.
Yeah. It's in-
And so, how do you play with that? What kind of cool stuff stands out to you when we talk about Z depth here on the game? Is there some special spots where you're like, oh, this is where we really elevated it, or I love this spot?
Yes, a bunch. I think one that's cool is just it's more of a design thing for how we use it. So as Greg is running around right now, he's trying to place these transmitters that he can put down that will ultimately jam the signal of the demonic portal that's getting opened up over on Edwards Island. But we, in the first game, didn't really play with the idea of seeing other events happening in the background.
Oh.
And in this one, that happens like a lot.
Cool.
Right? So you'll see Edwards Island, and you'll see that beam kind of shoot over there, and it helps orient the player. We don't try to put a lot of UI in our games. We actually try to make it almost no UI, right? So it just looks like big, beautiful art that you'd ideally want to
I dig that. I
That
dig
was the
that
big
a
question
lot.
I had for you. Is that it? Honestly, a lot of it looks like that. Every frame art. You know what I'm trying to say? Every picture, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Well, it's that thing where I screenshotted a bunch of stuff that I just thought looked beautiful. Is that stuff you guys do? Do you have
intentional.
that framed around your office?
we do.
Not
is
a-
that
not
too
a-
navel gazy?
We're not as much
Actually-
as we should, but
No,
yeah.
we do in a few spots. It's funny, now that we're in that Netflix office, we want to like really take over. And one of the first things we did was like paint the walls all black, and they were pretty and friendly before. And then we immediately were like, oh, great, Night School's here with their black walls.
Lydia.
But
That's
yeah,
where
we want to
here.
do more. We want to hang some of this stuff up.
Yeah.
And that's why even like, the way that the talking mechanic works, for a while, it was the usual dialogue choices at the bottom of a screen that you button through. And it's like,
Yeah,
that
of
doesn't
course.
feel cool. Like, how do we make it feel like an extension of the character? And so, we could do dialogue bubbles that map to
I like
controller
that.
buttons,
And with the nice color touches as well.
Yes.
They look very clean on that. That's right. That's great.
Yeah, that is something that the art team is probably high-fiving when they heard you say that, because
Shout out to
dude,
the art
that-
team.
there's anything you
think
could
about it a
imagine us
lot.
bickering about, we bicker.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
There we go. I love that.
No, to the point where now the colors of the choices randomize, so there isn't even a subtle psychological effect of, oh, should I pick this one? Should I always pick that one? So it's always
Yes.
changing.
And both died in our 20s.
Oof,
I'm not gonna
that's
say anything.
Oh, not gonna
Yeah,
say
right.
anything. Love it.
I don't want to talk to you,
Love it.
Jacob.
No. Yeah.
You're
You
tough,
want
man.
I'm
Jacob to
rude.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
rude,
tough.
Riley. Nice Riley was a long time ago. It was 2 playthroughs ago.
He's a role-playing guy right there, that Greg.
He's getting into the mood.
big time.
Jacob
We got
does
deep into
this
Baldur's
version.
Gate recently where we're all role-playing that.
How was it?
I haven't
wanna
found my
talk
voice
about it.
quite yet, but the game is really good.
I haven't found my
I
voice.
haven't found my voice.
I don't know where my character's gonna land yet. Yeah, what his arc is gonna be.
We're 7 hours in. I'm still figuring out
Who
where
am
I
I?
want to be. Coming of age.
You have your coming of age.
Coming of age right now. Every hour I go, I'm still trying to find it, y'all. I'm trying to find it.
Am I the jokester? Am I the comedian? Am I the comic relief?
How do I fit into this? How do I fit into this world?
But yeah, that's a fun one. We always ask, like, what have you guys been playing besides, of course, your own game?
Wait, real
Are you
quick.
guys
Creed says Mike should give them an example of this.
Yeah, I'll find it. I'll find it. You know, I went for more of a Keanu Reeves this time, kind of a bra. So I was like, "Hey, bros, where are we?" You know what I mean? And it felt too similar to what I was doing. So
that was your Keanu Reeves. Give it to me one more time. Hey, bros, where are we? That's the line.
That's my Keanu. And then I went with like, "Oi, Chep," and I tried to do the Greg Miller, and they quickly said, "No, none of that, Mike. You're done." And so I feel lost in the game. I'm lost right now.
My voice. I want to get it. But it's like, you told me it's 400 hours long.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, you talk about big ass game. This is it.
I'm living in Zelda still.
Oh, okay.
I'm living in Zelda.
Speaking of
the only games worth playing are Oxenfree 2 and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
And
Street Fighter 6 and Diablo, which I'm going to start.
Oh,
I own it. I just bought it a week ago. And
Diablo's rad.
Play with me and Jen, man.
Oh my
I'm down.
gosh.
I'm super down.
They did an incredible job reviving that franchise. I'm so proud of them.
Beautiful.
Unbelievable.
insane. Yeah.
Well, that's a good list of games.
Yeah,
Street Fighter 6, you got game? What's up?
No, man, I'm no good.
Either
Here's
am
the
I.
thing.
So
I'm
bad.
no good, and then I wanted to get into fighting games again because I hadn't been playing since, putting quarters on Street Fighter 2 back in the day. And I was like, all right, Smash. I'm going to get into Smash.
Okay.
And then I started playing Smash. I'm like, what the hell are any of these buttons, or how does any of this work?
Downbeat.
And I was not a fan for like a month, but then I figured it out, and then it was like crack, and then I loved it.
Sick.
So now I play Street Fighter 6 kind of like Smash.
I like
where
that.
I'm not doing the Hadouken with quarter circles anymore. I just do the special thing. Is that how you play, or do you do?
no,
you're old school.
I just smash buttons.
No,
I
about his
literally
life.
smash
I want to know about his
buttons.
life.
I'm
Don't
so
look at
bad.
him. Yeah.
Blessing loves it.
I don't care
And
about your house.
whenever he
I
catches
love
me,
it.
he's like, "Oh my God, you're playing Street Fighter. You want to play against each other?" And I quickly unplug my Xbox. I'm like, "Oh man, the power went out.
He just goes
Can't play with
home.
you. Sorry, bro."
Throw it into the river.
My house
immediately.
is sinking into a sinkhole. Sorry.
But did you do the weird Yakuza side stuff that they have, the whole
No.
single player thing? Oh, it's the
no.
best.
Yeah, that's the wacky stuff.
You
no.
run around and you like give dap to an old lady, and then you fist fight her, and then you're like, oh, let's go to Chinatown, and then you go and you like buy food, and then you go fight more people, and there's a whole story. It's great.
You
really
dig
good.
that. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it's just so interesting how you build upon a fighting game, right? That is very much 1v1. Here we go,
Yes.
online, right? What do you do with the story? How do you make it unique and different? And they did a good job at like making that weird and wacky, and like
It was really
people talk
smart.
about it. Yeah, that's fun.
It's good.
I thought that Mortal Kombat kind of cornered that market for a while.
Remember that?
It was
Yeah.
like playing a cheesy movie in the best way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
In the chat, Mr. Hawk says, if I played 2 Human yesterday and absolutely hated it, would I enjoy Oxenfree 2?
Yes.
Lucky for you, I don't know anything about Two Humans, so I'm
Well,
going
it's
to say
a
hard yes.
2008 game from Silicon Knights. I had to Google it to make sure I'm thinking of the right game.
Deep cut.
Submarine crash.
By the way, there was a comment a little bit earlier that said Oxenfree 1 and 2 are brilliant. So I just wanted to give props to them. I just want to give props to them, whoever
Take
that
that.
Speaking of, when you were working on Oxenfree 1, were you guys like, oh yeah, this is going to be a huge deal? Because it was
Nailing it, yeah,
a
no.
huge deal.
we were always because whenever we
we can't do anything wrong.
Congratulatory. We got it. Whenever we'd talk about it to people, we'd be like, yeah, we're making this game. We're so excited about it. And they're like, awesome. What do you do? What are like the mechanics? And like,
You use a radio.
You can walk and you can talk a lot too. You're walking and you're talking. And they're like, we know that doesn't sound awesome, but trust me, it's going to be great because then you get the radio and there's ghosts and you're a teen and you're stuck and you get to choose how you come of age. But we were nervous that there wasn't just going to be enough twitchy. We talked about adding just things that wouldn't be right for the tone. Stuff like kind of weapons, kind of too many things to upgrade. Like you'd have to be. We were talking about tuning into crystals to find side stories, just to game it up. And we were like, no, we should just be really. We should adhere to the vision of the project and kind of telling us what it should be and kind of just respect that. So yeah, we kind of earned the confidence through making it and playing it and being like, you know what, this is working. This is fun. It's cool to control the story and be in this world. But yeah, it took a minute. And also for these
whatever.
narrative games, I think Tim Schafer has said that, you know, when you're making an adventure game like this, no one stays late to play it after. It's not like making a Street Fighter where it's like even when it's blobs,
One more round.
It's just fun to get better at. So it's hard to really judge when you're in it until all the art's in and the sound and the writing. It's all clicking and you're like, oh wow, it is creepy, it is scary. I do care about these characters now. So it took a minute to get there.
I think we just kept trying to keep it simple. And so what I mean by that is like we just knew some of the movies and other fiction that we were into that we were like, okay, we love, you know, Goonies and Stand By Me and Poltergeist and we love Freaks and Geeks, like all these different things. And we go, all right, these are very palatable things for people who like TV shows and movies. Hopefully a playable version of that also lets you push and pull at the outcome will land. But we were freaked. Honestly, the best first signal from outside was Mitch seeing our trailer the day it dropped.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mitch Dyer, because he just like lit up over it. And then we were like, okay, that's our first external signal other than playtesting. The other thing is like, yeah, you'll have somebody playing the game, and to Adam's point, it's hard to tell when stuff is landing, but we had numerous times playtesting that game where people would throw the controller because they were scared, and we're like, "Oh yeah, like now we're there."
Hey, it works.
But no, we didn't. No, we just thought we were making something cool that we believed
We would like.
Yeah.
She wrote here that gates or portals, whatever you want to call them.
Now, Greg, just a quick check-in. Like, where are we on this trophy hunt right now?
We're about to get serious.
Have you
We're gonna
achieved
leave
one? Like, you know, just so you know, we're having a great time over here. We want to see
I'm having
some
a
light.
fantastic time.
Are you popping anything
See
yet?
the sheets of paper?
Yeah, where we at?
Blast.
Can we get something?
Mike, we're talking about ones at the end of the game. I got to collect all the set 1 collectibles, set 2 collectibles, all the letters. Then I got to deliver the shoe to him. Like, none of this stuff is like, oh, I missed the rabbit hole over there.
Okay.
Go put my hand in it.
Yeah.
This is what you call doing the work. All right?
You got to put in the work.
And it's about to get serious because once we leave this house, we're going hunting. We're going to go hunt some letters.
Okay.
Mel Chapman collectible number 3 is where we're headed first. Don't worry about what's happening at this end of the
You
table.
know what? I should never worry.
I'm anchoring the entire stream down here.
Yeah, you're pulling us down over there. That's right, Anchor. You're doing great. Can we talk about this Nike T-shirt really quick, just to since we're all off track?
Of course.
Is that a legit Nike
off
T-shirt?
track. The whole thing's hanging out
What's
today.
going on here?
Isn't it weird that
Why
they
is there a
put it there?
pocket in front of the logo?
Doesn't it drive you crazy?
It drives me crazy.
That's why I bought it.
I'm looking at him like,
makes
that's a
no-
fake
look at this.
T-shirt, everybody, just so you know.
I used to have a T-shirt that had a fake like emblem that looked like pens that were stuck in there, but it
Okay.
was just art that looked
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
that, and
yeah.
that used to piss people off. They'd come up and start touching me. I'm like, don't touch me. This is a joke.
Yeah.
This I don't know why it's this way. It's a nice
So weird.
thickness.
Well, it
though.
makes it
Yeah.
kind of cute, like it's popping out.
Cousin. Did you know we're cousins? Legitimately.
We are cousins.
You think
We're
I'm full of shit?
literally-
We're literally cousins.
Breaking news to me.
We
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Nepotism does still
apparently
exist.
you didn't
work.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, it does.
You hate to see
Oh,
it.
baby.
We only hire our relatives or people that like us.
That's it.
Hey, Evelyn. So,
Smile.
Yeah, so back in the day, Adam and I, so I'm 6 years older than Adam, so I would babysit him for a while. We'd watch Lamb Chops play along.
Okay.
We would listen to Smashing Pumpkins.
Sherry was
We
always kind of
would-
weird, right?
Super weird vibes, right?
Remember
But the
Lamb
song that
Chop?
never ends is great.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
You guys should close out streams with the song that never ends.
Sure, we can do that today.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then we made funny little movies together back then. We made a movie called Ages 6 and Up that star both Adam and I, where I am a killer and Adam and I are detectives. I had mascara on my upper lip as a mustache. Adam is a murder victim. There's one scene where I poured barbecue sauce all over Adam and ripped his shirt up, and a dog from down the street, a random dog from nowhere, came and jumped him. We got the footage. We have this whole movie still, by the way.
Now, when the dog jumps, is it licking or biting?
It's
He's
like
licking.
licking with his
It
teeth.
was a big Dalmatian.
Aw.
Amy.
Yeah.
It was
Now,
great.
with your
Are these up on
Still-
YouTube yet? Can we see these?
No.
Would
They
you like
are
to
on
upload them today?
DVD.
No,
Good.
no. Yeah, they're.
Could you get them on Netflix?
You could get them on Netflix. What a great call.
Spoiler, next year.
Exactly.
Netflix's next big series.
Oxenfree, there's got to be a TV running at least the dog bite.
But more
It was clever,
importantly,
though. It was clever.
we had a game review show.
No, you didn't.
Sit down, guys.
No,
I'm
you
serious.
didn't.
It was called Game Schmo.
Game.
Yeah.
Oh.
Of course.
Yeah, why don't you laugh? Do you need to pause?
I mean, it's good.
It's not good.
Because the Game Pro.
Yes.
Everyone.
okay.
We reviewed.
Well, I thought it was on Game Show.
No,
That would
No.
have no,
that
it's
makes
not-
more
none
sense.
of it is good.
No.
And we reviewed Faceball 2000 on Game Boy. You guys remember that first-person game on Game Boy?
Wow,
Yeah.
check that out.
Check it out.
How did it review?
Well, I think
we gave it a 9.
9.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know how it reviewed among professionals, but
Oh, no,
in
no,
Downers
us.
Grove, Illinois, we gave it a 9.
It killed at Downers Grove.
Sold a lot of units that review.
Yeah, it was a great show.
Yeah, that was great.
That was the fork in the road. Also, I don't know why I'm going to tell you guys this, but
Do it, tell
Adam's father was a revered journalist in Chicago, which is why we started to go down that,
Who was
that
that?
road. Burley Hines.
Burley
Do you remember
Hines.
Burley Hines? at all?
On CBS Channel 2.
Yes. But here we are.
When did he retire?
How we make it.
Or did it-
Yeah, he retired in 2002.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I want to find him.
Why did I go that far off the road?
I like that.
The Nike.
Burley, yeah.
We were going with the
Okay.
Nike T-shirt, but I did like that we got the family connection.
Yes.
Does that make you guys'
Cousins.
bond so strong and like how that goes and all the years spent together?
It's so crazy. Or go ahead.
Oh, well, no. I was just going to say, everyone warned us not to do it because it's like you don't enter into a intense business relationship with family. What are you thinking? And we were like, no, it'll be fine. And it honestly has been. The main thing that it's kind of made us realize is that we have so many unspoken ways of communicating and so many hyper-specific points of media reference that we're like, yeah, everybody on the team, it's like this meets this meets this. And they're like, we have no idea what
How
you're
don't
talking
you-
about. No, we didn't
Yeah,
grow
yeah.
up in Chicago in a tiny town. So no, it's only been great. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the taste thing is so critical, right?
Yeah.
Like the vibe here, right? You guys all have such a similar tight vibe that can play off of each other naturally. Like for him and I think we've always known the general pocket of what we want to be working in. And then now that we work together, yeah, we're coming up on, it'll be 10 years
Almost
next
10
year.
years.
Wow,
Yeah.
congratulations. That's
Yeah.
incredible stuff. That's
Pretty
great.
crazy.
Yeah.
Greg's coming up on almost 10 years here. Kind of funny.
Yeah.
Coming
Yeah.
up.
I've been here, I was lucky they hired me.
Okay, made it. Just
Now, Greg, we're going to go in full search mode here.
We're gonna
Look
check
at
in
this.
at the general store,
Okay.
it seems, and then the game is supposed to open up, and I can go back to
Yes.
Copper Creek and get it.
just follow me.
It's supposed to. We'll see what happens.
You never know.
WBBM, look at that. BBM Chicago.
Hey,
mom
there you
used
go.
work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That is where they met.
I remember his dad, CBS, right? Yes, Langley.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Langley, we both went to Downers South. Adam's from Woodridge. Sorry if this is only interesting to Langley at
To
this
10
point.
people, yeah.
People need to know. And so now when this opens up, let's talk about collectibles in the game, right? There's always that fun push and pull of how much are you telling in the game? How much are you maybe putting in letters that I have to go find and read and get that kind of extra story from? What's that like for you guys creating that kind of vibe there? And then also, how many collectibles does Greg have to go find? What's the deal here?
Yeah, he'll be doing it to his death, probably. No, no, there's not that many. Yeah, and because we definitely didn't want it to feel too crazy for what the story actually is. That was one of these things when you're making, in particular, a narrative-focused game where you're controlling a story and everything that you say should have a reflection. You can't get too goofy, or else it starts to break the immersion and the vibe. So things kind of have to be a little plausible. We strained it probably with Adler's planting letters once again, but it still makes enough sense. So yeah, there are a bunch of notes left through a very pivotal character from the first one and in this one too. And all it does is fill out the backstory. So it's mostly for people that are like, okay, I played through the first Oxenfree, I played through this one. I want to really dive deep into this character, or they mention this name, and I want to see if there's any weird ghost stories about this. And there are. There probably are. Anything that we're dropping hints at, there's probably more that you can
Just like a museum, I prefer not to make the
uncover.
whole plan
But it's
first.
totally up to
Just start moving and see what you see.
Is there anything in this one? I should know this, but I don't. I know. I'm gonna pretend I work here.
Netflix went to his head, Mike. These executive suits, they don't even know what they're doing anymore.
What game is this?
at the collectible level, specifically the letters, is there anything informationally that we can wield later in subtle ways, the way that we did?
Oh, interesting.
One.
Oh, there.
Because Oxenfree one. Yeah,
yes.
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
See, there's more. See,
I like that. I
So
like this.
In Oxenfree 1, it was even more impactful and more directly tied to an ending that you could get, where if you find enough letters, you can actually start to address these beings that you're encountering and these ghosts by specifically who they were in real life.
Oh.
And then it changes how they react to you, and you can kind of go down different paths.
you can change the ending based on treating them personally instead of treating them like a Borg blob of evil.
Exactly, yeah. So then for this one, you think you're picking up somewhat random notes that all have to do with very particular, bespoke characters and people, but then they all add up to actually adding a lot of color to Jacob's life. And then you get some new choices with Jacob at the very end if you collect them all.
They call themselves.
And that's where we're going to break his heart, Mike.
Yeah.
And we're going to kill him.
Yes, you know, the ceremonial.
There we go, Greg. Let's make this happen. Is right.
And there it is, Mike. Collectible number 1. You might say that's a pretty obvious one. Yeah, I've got it before.
Bing.
But again, nothing carries over playthrough to playthrough. These guys want to torture you.
Love
you
that.
know?
Yeah, yeah.
What is
There you
this?
go.
I want
First
to make
letter.
you earn
Let's
it.
go, everybody.
Yeah, it's a time loop, not a time treadmill.
When I was a kid, Maggie had me bury
Keeps
letters
looping.
for her.
Well
Weird,
said. Greg,
no.
do me a favor. Pull up that map.
I promised I'd never read any of
Hold
them.
on, I'm in my
Never did.
collectible phase now. I gotta get
Okay.
get ready. Now we're
This is
serious,
it.
Mike.
Hey.
Earlier, when are you gonna do something?
We've
Now
been
we're
waiting
doing
for
it,
that.
Mike.
I'll call him Double J right now. We can get serious.
I don't need Double
okay?
J coming back. All right. You want the map again?
Yeah, bring up that sweet, sweet map. You talk about the walls in the studio. Any desire, you know, I've been
That's the
going to
one,
a
right?
Yosemite. I got my Yosemite on. Have you thought about making this like super big on the wall, making it feel like a trail map? Putting your heads right there.
Could
say
we hang
you're
one
here.
Could
You
we
know?
hang one here?
Hell yeah, we can hang one
I
here.
swear to God,
Nick
we'll-
Scarpino won't get mad at me at all for trying to put things on the wall, you know? We tried trying to bring in a pizza oven into this place, and Nick got
I'll
real
tell you
mad.
what, Nick did not like that conversation today.
We said, hey, we
Why?
want to make some pizzas in here.
It's
I didn't
because-
No,
open
why
the
would he
cupboard.
not want it?
That's a great
Nick?
question.
Yeah.
He's lost
What
the
is
plot.
the reason?
Gotta get this oven
Is it
in
fire
here.
hazard or the odor?
Nick is actually correct on this one because it's a
the
propane
zoning
out.
thing.
It's a pizza oven to keep outside, like if you're doing like tailgating.
Got it.
So it's giving
Got
off
it.
like gases that would kill us.
You guys might get a little more.
Exactly.
I know, yeah,
Louis.
loosey goosey. That's okay.
I mean, yeah, the content would be better for sure. Now we're going to Mel Chapman collectible number 1. These again, not in the order they're in the thing. This is in the order that's easiest to collect them by PlayStation trophy.
And yeah, what's up with
Hey.
PlayStation trophies? What are they telling you? Where are they telling you to go?
Head back down the rocks from the
Eat a
previous
pizza.
collectible, and then head left to the Pemmican Trailhead, accessible the far top left.
Okay.
And we're on the hunt now. And again, did I get these? I probably did, Mike. But there's one little bastard one hidden somewhere that I
Tough.
didn't get, you know?
All right, do you have a highlighter? Are you highlighting these as you go? Do
No,
you
I'm just
see
going.
now?
Well, I get it. I scroll down. I scroll past it. And then, of course, you can't go into your collectible. Oh, sorry. You can't go into your collectibles here and see what you've gotten already.
Okay.
Oh, well, there you go.
And this is how it. But think about what this was like, Mike. When these are popping up and I see I'm just missing one or
What the
two.
hell is that?
Like, God damn it. You know what I mean?
Rage.
I hate when games do this.
Why not just give? I'm just, all you guys need to do is just, you roll credits, platinum trophy pops. That's it.
Yeah.
One trophy. Put the
Any
platinum.
games do that? Some game must do that. Right?
No,
Isn't
you
it's
have to have a
against
whole bunch of
PlayStation
others.
law. to do
Yeah,
that.
there's plenty.
Greg
I'll
buys
tell
a
you
lot of
ways to
games
get
for
around that. I'll tell you ways. to get
Just
around
to
We'll
get
just
those.
give you a platinum.
Yeah,
Don't worry about
I
that.
buy
Right.
these
He's got
ones. Yeah,
plenty
what
of
about it?
those.
What are you gonna do about it? Peckerman Trailhead.
But there are communities of people that this is what they do. It's
That's
called like
correct.
trophies. So then
Yeah.
they'll get like the Burger King disc to get the platinum.
Yeah, that's
trophy.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Have you heard of My Name is
Sneak
Mayo?
King.
1, 2, or 3?
I haven't.
You click on a jar of mayo.
And that's all you have to
That's
do?
it?
Uh-huh. And you put different
Beautiful.
outfits on it occasionally. But yeah.
I mean, even without that.
Have you heard
goofy
about
gimmick,
ZJ
that's
the
my
Ball?
jam.
Let me tell you about ZJ the Ball.
Wow.
don't know
No.
about
What do you do in that
He
one?
needs
It's
he
a
has
really bad platformer from like a decade ago that these people were like, you know what? We can put this out under a Christian moniker and break this one game up into multiple levels and sell it, and every level gets a platinum.
Amazing. I just started playing Bible Adventures on NES like a month ago. You guys ever play that?
Never.
Yo.
I did the Bible game with
It's
PS2.
so
Yeah.
crazy.
One of my first freelance reviews.
Okay. Yo.
Those games, yeah, they're famous for being unlicensed. They like broke through the Nintendo, the original NES. It was hard
Manufactured
encoded.
them somewhere else.
They just made them. So yeah, you can just be Noah in a very buggy game.
It's so great. It's so weird. It kind of feels like a horror game at times. Like, yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
And there's like 5 different modes, right?
Yes.
You don't just play Noah. You play. I forget who all the different characters are.
Have you heard of the new Steam hit, I Am Jesus?
Is this real?
That's for real.
No shit.
Chat, double check by the name, but I believe it's I Am Jesus.
And what do you do?
You are Jesus, and you're walking around.
Well, I don't know why we even asked.
A lot of things are going on there. That's right.
A great summation of everything we're talking about here with Platinum Trophies comes from Spaceman A11. I hate it when games make me play them. Exactly.
If I can't rubber band
Put the microtransaction in there and let me say, here's $10, give me the
Here's
platinum.
$10,
You know, here's
give it
the
to me.
smooth 10.
That's what I asked Nintendo. You talk about Smash Bros. Right? I'm someone who likes to play with my friends.
Yep.
I don't have a lot of time. I told Nintendo, I said, here, give it to me. All the characters unlocked. $20, $50, let's go.
I'm down for that. I'm
let's-
always down for that.
Thank you.
I'm down for that.
I'll
I don't
tell
like
you
running
what,
that out.
Andy Cortez, looks at me like I'm crazy when I say that. I don't have
absolutely.
time, Andy, to unlock 158 characters from Nintendo franchises I don't know about. I just want to play.
You don't want to get Marth? No, I don't want to get Marth.
Why
I
are
don't
there
know who
so
Marth
many
is.
from that game? Like half the cast
So
is
popular.
Marth and Marth's friends.
Marth.
I don't know who they are,
Yeah.
but
No,
I'll
I
give you
agree.
$20.
Life is about the journey, not unlocking fucking Smash characters. That's not the journey.
Imagine how much better
I
I
just
would
want
be.
them.
Because all I play is this Kirby, and everybody makes fun of me, but it's the only character I've unlocked. So just let me play.
I've learned his moves.
Studied the one character I got. That's all. That's how I'll do.
That's it.
That's what I'll be.
This is my main. But I do the same thing in NBA 2K. I get it, and then I put down $10 immediately.
Let's
for the
talk
PC,
about it.
And I
Yep.
shouldn't at all, but I do it because I don't want to. I don't want to grind.
I give
Yeah.
2K 120 a year. 2 characters.
No way, for real?
Oh, 100%. Every
You
single
got a
year.
problem.
I got
Little
a
bit
big
of a
problem.
problem.
But I got a big problem. I gotta stay in the meta. I gotta be at least
can't
be able
pay
to
my
dunk
bills.
it. I'm telling you, I want to
Oh,
play
no.
2K, but they hold me back because I gotta buy it. I can't walk around looking like a broke UPS driver every single day in this.
Wait. So you're doing this just for clothes?
For clothes, attributes, I get dunked on. Oh my! I love that game so much, but I need help. You know, they gotta help me. 2K.
Gotta get the shoes, the hats.
Mike is, you know, every time Strauss Zelnick comes out and he's like, we had another banner year, he's talking about Mike.
I'm part of that. I'm part of that help.
Yeah.
Hello.
Food's here. Hell yeah.
Yeah, okay, we'll come out and get it.
Exactly. Best when they call you.
Meatballless meatball subs about to be
Hey,
in my.
I'm outside. What? Just leave it there.
Just knock on the door.
What is that?
You know what I mean,
There's
Kevin?
a note.
I
We
think
knocked.
it's because they want to see you. You know what I mean? They call because they want to see you come outside.
What, they think I'm a raccoon ordering food? Like, give me the food. Who do you care who's eating it?
Maybe the cat walked on the keyboard.
They want to see you.
I want to see you.
They want to see me.
My favorite is when they get the photo of like to confirm it, but then like they see you in the background.
I'm in it, holding it. Yeah.
All right,
What
so-
do you consider this game genre-wise? We were talking about this on the plane. What do you consider this?
Okay, that's a fun one.
You can put it out there. People
Ooh.
can come out and get it.
A
Again,
little
we do a
lunch.
laid back stream here. Whenever you guys want to break and go grab some food, go grab it.
Lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a great question. You said adventure, right? But it's like it is narrative games are a thing now, right? Where you can just say that and people kind of get it.
But do you think narrative is so broad that it's hard to know that like there's horror elements and that or at least supernatural elements, right? Or
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
because we've got the personality and relationship simulation coupled with horror. Like,
Dang.
how would you explain it without it getting too mushmouthy? We have this challenge every day with all of our games.
Narrative adventure game enough, or is that too not enough? We
Right.
got to dive deeper into adding all that extra stuff, like you said, right? Like, how much do I add? How much do I keep it simple? I guess it depends on the person that asks me.
Yeah.
Right. Like, if it's a family
Yeah,
member or
yeah.
friend that wants to know about this game, it depends on like what's their vibe. How deep do I really got to go to
Yeah.
sell them on this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. What do
It's
you
funny.
guys?
Well, I mean, with the first one, when we first started putting stuff out for it, it was all just mystery. And I don't mean
Okay.
that literal word, but I just mean our trailers and everything were like, what the fuck is going on? This looks scary. It looks
Yes.
weird. And that was okay, but I don't think it landed that well. Like
Okay.
that first trailer we did, I think we love it more than maybe any trailer we've ever had, but it also was like, I don't know what I'm latching onto. So about 6 months in, we started to pivot and have it be more about the mind fuckery and more about the fear and the mind-bending nature of it. And then that helped sales. That helped everything. Like, it actually, instead of it just being like a mystery or I don't know what this is or being obtuse about it, we leaned into like the most mind-bending game of the year, etc. And that immediately like flipped it.
That clicks for me. I like mind-bending. That's fun.
With this one.
Now, who do we work on to dial that in? Is it a team in a room throwing things out? Do you go to Netflix and say, hey, give me 7 of your employees, let's talk to them really quick? Like, how do we get this ball rolling?
So previously it was just us and internally, I don't mean Heinz and I mean the whole team, like hammering on it. And now that we are at Netflix, it is fascinating to see all the cool consumer insight stuff. Right?
Totally.
So there's like, it's still for this has ended up just being driven by us in terms of how we message it.
Yeah.
But it's something that we wrestle with because we make games that mix a lot of tones up, right? Like, we don't just go, it's just the bleakest thing ever, or it's just some whiny, awards bait wah game. Like, it's both.
It's all the above. It's a whiny wah.
We got it.
So yeah, it is something we wrestle with because we just we make the game that we love, and then at the end we go, how the hell do we talk about it effectively, right?
Yeah.
I think it's an adventure, though. Still, yeah. At the end of the day, it's like a narrative.
Narrative
adventure,
adventure, I would say.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, horror and stuff. That's when you get, like, if you can get into the genre of narrative adventure, I think that's when you start really, well, it's this and it's that.
Dialing
It
it
meets
in.
this, it does this.
Yeah.
No, it's true.
But you do such a great job of emulating the things you're talking about, right? Whether it be Goonies or 80s movies or whatever. Because, like, even just the look of the art, right? Like, it feels like that wet forest, right? In the puff jacket, like you know what that feels like, looks like, how wet that would be, what the temperature is like.
So wet.
So wet.
San
Impossible.
Francisco.
Extremely.
Constantly 65 and foggy here. I'll tell you what.
Well,
never a bad. I love it. This is my dream temp right here. This is it right here with this climate. It's the best.
The warmth you have today, or because it's warm today. Are you talking about? You like the cool?
We've had about 20 warm days this summer, so this is out of the ordinary. Just so you're aware, it's very special to have this.
Mike,
fully romanticize this.
Tell me, let it rip.
Let it rip.
Oh,
Ouch.
man.
That's how you pull a hammy like me.
And get hurt.
No health meter.
I'm dead.
What kind of fun stuff when we talk about like selling the game and like pitching it, right? Now we're on Netflix, right? When we get into the Netflix category, you think about it of like constantly scrolling. It's always, I'm blading through thousands of things. How do you guys get this towards the front? How do you guys sell this on the Netflix category where I look at it with my family and friends and I'm scrolling through the games and I go, that's the one, right? Is it a custom dope tile? Is it some sort of cool trailer? Is it words? Like what is the selling on the Netflix side of things to get people excited?
I mean, I was just kind of focus testing you guys right now to help us make our next decisions, but it's all the things you said, right? The tiles are actually super key. Like,
oh my God, so key.
That
they are big.
Was really dumb about. I didn't think it was that critical, but it definitely is. Certain things resonate down to like a shape. Like, fortunately, triangles are a big part of our game, and triangles, apparently, people like clicking on triangles. That even. You guys should put some more triangles in there.
It's the strongest shape.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't not.
I made that
knock it over.
Strongest shape.
See? Digi Rainbow, big fan of triangles. But yeah, then it's also how we cut our trailers. Like the launch trailer for the game was very different than anything we've done before. Okay. All the other games that we've done before, our trailers, I think, match the tone of while you're playing it. But we, on this one, wanted to go, let's just treat trailers like their own art form completely separately. Our launch trailer was like, dig-a-da-dig-a-da-dig-a-da kind of vibe, which doesn't actually match the music of this game, but it certainly matches the emotion. And it's a great trailer. Like, I think it's
I love that.
Yeah, I was definitely going to talk about like the trailer and also like being mindful of like, what if the trailer is being played with no sound, right? Like everyone I'm sure has been on Netflix before and like the trailer pops. Am I even listening to this? Do I have the sound on? Is it not on? Like, what are those first couple of moments to sell me on that? I like mind bending and I like horror, right? I think those are good selling points in the Netflix catalog of like getting away from just 2 words of action and adventure game, right? Of like adding in those, I think those start to get exciting and enticing to separate me from the pack for sure.
Totally.
I like that.
And that's the thing. I mean, for us now, it's interesting because I don't know. One thing that happened with Oxenfree 1 was we were PC and console, and then we brought it to mobile. And when we were on PC and console, we thought we would get the, like, I don't know, the creepypasta audience, like a very broad creepypasta audience, and we didn't until we were on mobile. And then we went, oh, this is interesting. There's more of those folks on mobile than there were on PC and console. Like PC and console, we sat fairly comfortably in the like indie, semi-prestige, whatever type of a vibe. But like we wanted to go big with the creepypasta thing.
Yeah,
right?
I like that.
So now, as we're in the Netflix ecosystem, we're trying to learn that too. It's like, how do you convert somebody who is there to watch a show, basically, that might feel like this, Stranger Things or Dark or whatever? How do we get them over? So we're figuring it out. I mean, we're like 2-3 weeks in on this one, and we I don't know if we have an art for it yet. But it's different in each place.
It is rad that you can work with Netflix. Like you said, you're in the room kind of building this out with them, right? It's very interesting as the Twitch streaming side of me comes out. It's like, oh, that was like when YouTube was like, hey, we want to try to start doing live streams. Let's bring in big live streamers to help us grow and like kind of navigate this on how does it look on the platform? How do we better for you and make this creator the best it can be? And it's interesting on the Netflix side of things. It's like you're right there at the forefront of this.
Yeah, that part's exciting. It's also exciting because it's like everybody involved is just people trying to figure things out. It's not a monolithic, mega corporation that's like mwahaha and an algorithm making decisions. There's a bunch of smart people trying to figure some stuff out and have it be successful. And so our team, both the Night School team and then the people that are adjacent to us on the Netflix side,
Nick?
we know what we don't know, and we're like, let's try this and not be afraid. I think that's the other thing. Like the cool thing there is like they're not afraid to try some wild stuff. So, and actually, we're probably not doing our job if we're not trying some wild stuff.
You got to push that. It's right. You got to get weird and wacky with it. All right. I'm going to step away, go refill my water. I'm going to eat a little potato chip.
Yeah.
Does anybody want a refill on water, a drink at all?
I'd love a Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
You know,
when's the appropriate window for a little Sammy?
Oh, right now, go get it now.
For real?
Yeah. Oh my, I don't know if you know this. This is laid back. Like this is how we do it
I
here.
feel pretty laid back.
I don't know if all the cursing and bidet talk didn't tip you off. Go get some food. I'll talk to them.
All right.
Jen's somewhere here. Send me my wife. She can host the show.
Perfect.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
We'll be back.
Chad, it's you and me. We've kicked off Nick's quest. This is for the light of possibility. This is a heartbreaker one, I'll have you know, ladies and gentlemen, because I had to have been so close to this one. Because I did have a call with him where he's like, I'm in the storm and it's going to do the thing. And I'm like, all right, it's got to end soon. And then I never had a chance to call him back and I never got the trophy. And that really hurt my feelings. So I'm hoping.
My family cares about Nick more than like any character in the game.
Fair enough.
Like legitimately.
Yeah? Probably care more about Nick than they care about him. You know what I'm talking about? Just saying. All right, so provided the first transmitter is the one at Charity Point, Nick will contact you when you're heading back through Waterhead Bluffs. We got that. We're checking it off the list. And this says, when you reach Point Tilia, when going for the second transmitter, you can ask Nick, how's the water, Nick? Now, I was going to Charity Point first. Is that bad? Can I not do that? I'm going to do it. We're going to see what it's up, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing, chat? I need to know how you're doing over there. Thanks for hanging out with us today. This is a fun one. I like when our friends make video games that I enjoy, especially when I don't like the other ones I did. And then you get to hang out here and, clown about, hang out, see what's up, And then you're here for it now, too, and we're working on a platinum, which is always favorite. I'm sorry that Mike had to give me shit, thinking he wants the easy Xbox achievements where there's pop, pop, pop. This is when you got to put the work in. You need the printouts, Kevin.
Yeah, absolutely.
Something this man will never know anything about. Thank you, Mike.
Can I ask you what you got for lunch?
I did the chicken Caesar wrap.
Have you done the meat sub?
The mortadella?
No, the whatever I got.
Oh, meatball sub.
Meatball sub. That's it.
No, I never have.
Okay, it caught me off guard because it's my first time I think doing it, and it's more of an open face sandwich.
Really?
Yeah, like I picked it up and I was like, all right, here we go.
I was gonna say, can you like shove it together or no?
No, because it's.
Let's see how widespread it is.
It looks like they cut the top off a little
bread.
Yeah, a little roll.
Okay.
And then they put everything in there, and it's just like very risky that everything's gonna fall off.
Oh, yeah, I don't like that one bit. I don't like that one bit.
I'm curious to hear, because I think a couple of them got the meatball sub as well, right? So I'm curious to see what they bring out of it, if they're able to, like, because I'm knife and forking it right now.
Yeah.
It's just better this way,
Yeah, you gotta have that, yeah.
Definitely not jumping that one.
Jesus, someone should put cones here or something, right? Maybe there's another way around. We need to get to the other side.
Yeah, let's.
Do you want me to go get Jen?
Find a detour.
Oh no, I'm fine. Weird open face meatball. That's a new one, says Langley.
Probably climb down this.
You know it, Langley.
Your night vision is way better.
There's so much cheese and marinara sauce, which is great. It's delicious.
Yeah, I was gonna
just, like,
say.
I can't.
But you were expecting like Americans. You're gonna grab this thing and go.
I mean,
Here's my question.
I never expect Americans.
I know.
That's
rest
you know?
in peace, Americans.
Rest
We
in
miss
peace.
you. We
I
miss
think
you
about
every day.
every day.
Every day. Have you thought about, like, so it came in the little box, and you opened up, and it's just open, right?
Yeah.
What if you got some tinfoil, put it in there, wrapped it yourself?
No.
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 Okay.
I trust professionals to wrap.
Sure. I mean, yeah.
for me, you know what I
the
mean?
chef had a vision. The chef had a vision for a meatball sub. This is what he gave you. I understand.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Oh.
Is that me?
Oh.
Creepy.
Hey, sorry. I guess another way out over there, but false alarm. It's the wind tunnel.
Let's just get the hell out of here.
Running through
whips
this
are
now.
good,
Doing
though.
it.
Wow. I've never been in here.
Is it
Fur-
picking me
sorry?
up chewing?
I don't.
Chips?
I don't hear you.
Chat, let me know if you hear.
Furry Beast says, I would call it a psychological horror adventure. Horror encompasses so much that it should be enough for people to know there's horror elements without spoiling the surprise features and twists.
It's kind of sad seeing this.
I like
thing so
throwing
broken.
horror in there because I
least
feel like
there's no
action
skeletal
adventure for like
remains, I
a
guess.
crowd like Netflix.
It was empty when it crashed.
That's what does that mean? You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
You really need to say that?
Someone did.
Making my way downtown, walking
No way.
fast, fists passing, I'm homebound.
Yeah,
I hope
that
that
is
somewhere
a
the
bird.
people at Merrigan's are still
Feathers,
making their
beak.
sandwich.
Oh, no, I follow Liz on Instagram. She's still making sandwiches.
You gotta let me know when the next time there's.
Yeah, I mean, you know, me and McCaffrey are super into it. There was a time she was doing something up in Napa we almost road tripped up to, but we didn't.
I'd 100% be down.
Okay. We need more adventures again, Kev. We haven't had an adventure, you and me, in a while. Remember when we just went shopping one time at Williams-Sonoma?
That was great.
That was a great time.
Great time. We used to do a little. We'd go and get breakfast.
We did.
Fridays.
Yeah, we should do something like that again.
What?
I'm
is
available
that?
whenever you are.
What I think what our big backbreaker at work is that when it's my lunchtime, you're doing stream time.
Yeah.
Maybe just walk out.
I
It's
hate
tough.
We
It's
don't know
Yeah.
what this thing will do.
But I mean, you know,
sorry,
what are you guys
Jacob,
doing
but this
later
is the
tonight?
only way.
You want to go to Benny
I
Hanna's?
strongly disagree.
Oh, we gotta come to Benny Ben.
Okay.
I'm sure someone's watching him, right?
Just leave him. Hit up the
Got-
nanny.
his
Keep going.
dog's got him.
Keep going. Oh yeah, Cole could watch him, no problem.
Yeah, there it is.
Skin attached. I'll take it.
Oh.
Look at this, Kevin. $18.99.
Operational.
We could be millionaires on the stock market.
Yeah.
We time travel. We have traveled through time. On any other day, I'd be screaming, but instead.
How does he know that?
Let's
He's like the guy who's super into all this.
Historian.
He was already studying all this information.
Nice.
Okay. I'm.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage. Christmas in August, Joey Noel.
On the precipice of madness.
They're clapping. They're clapping. They're clapping at home. Yeah.
As a kid, when I was anxious, my brother and I would play a game that kind
Oh no, I'm fine. I can get it. Well, I guess actually I can't leave the controls, can I?
Basically, two people
Yeah,
tell
bring me
a
that
simple
thing.
story,
Sorry, Kevin. I mean on
one
stream.
at a time,
Joey, are you okay?
Should help chill us out. Chill me out, at least.
Ladies and gentlemen,
How about that?
Joey is down. Are you okay?
It'd be fun.
I just boards.
Yeah, it happens.
There's so many of them, everyone.
My biggest regret was not getting little like tunnels put in for those cords.
Sure.
I wish we had planned that out just a little bit more.
Fine, everyone, I'm back.
Oh no! Fuck! Oh, that was close, guys. That was close.
What happened?
This is one of the trophies, and I was so worried about Joey, I wasn't paying attention. Santa, 14, loudly.
Santa.
Okay. 8. Once Santa ate.
14.
Ooh, good one. Children. I don't know why I said children.
Loudly.
Nailing it.
Brilliant. Great.
Oh my god, that was close. That was too close, guys.
So let's review.
Is this the first trophy you
Santa
get?
Yeah!
ate 14 children.
8 trophies left to platinum, ladies and gentlemen.
My God.
Not bad.
It's interesting that you're trying another platinum because historically speaking, you doing platinums on stream has never gone smoothly.
It's true.
But I believe in you, and I always
I
have.
think in the studio, I have a better track record.
Is that right?
I've done one on stream, I know. Thank you, Joey. I'm sorry it almost cost you your life. Now we're cooking, guys.
So you've already finished the game.
Twice.
Oh, yeah.
But these are the outstanding 8 trophies now that I need to knock out.
Yeah, maybe.
Are they hard ones or are they just like replay ones?
They're specific. They're things I didn't like talk to or I didn't find kind of thing.
Yeah. Fair.
Like I got to be mean to Jacob. You know me, not a mean bone in my body.
Nobody wants
I would
to
never
play
be
the
mean
mean
to somebody.
character.
Kevin, you know too.
Yeah. No, I just saw a funny image here.
Sure. A lot of good memes out today.
Yeah. Oh,
Kevin,
great.
go ahead and send it to me. You know I like to laugh.
Okay.
Hey, it worked.
Nightlife gave us a super chat here and says, great coverage of indie games. I once complained about it, and I feel like you guys listened. Have a great day. Love this game. King's Quest 4 vibes. Well, thank you, Nightlife. We didn't listen. I can assure you I never saw that. And we just love indie games like you do. And it was just, at some point we weren't doing it because there wasn't something we wanted to play or whatever. But I appreciate that, and I appreciate the tip.
It's hard
But
to
if you
keep
ever
up with.
fucking badger me again. Sorry, what was that joke?
Oh, it's hard to keep up with how many good indie games are out there.
There's so many games, right? I still haven't started Dave the Diver.
Ugh. It's tragic for you.
Trash, I know.
It's
Kevin's been telling me for years.
rickety, but
I think tomorrow I'm taking over the stream. I think that's what I'm going to play.
Hell yeah.
I was going to play Diablo, but I was like, I don't know if I want to play Diablo by
That makes me
myself.
happy because I saw Diablo on the stream with a question mark, and I was like, I wanted to do it, but I got to do PSL Heavy.
Yeah.
In the chat, Park says, are you still missing Forbidden West, Ragnarok, and Jedi Survivor Platinums, Greg? Not Forbidden West. We knocked that out when I was getting ready when I did the DLC. Ragnarok and Star Wars, yes. And with the amount of games coming out this year, I have no plans anytime soon to get back to them.
Ooh, what's Pizza Tower?
Sounds
I
delicious.
don't know if you sorry.
Kevin, can you look up Pizza Tower?
Yes, ma'am. I can't show it to you.
That's fine.
But you could describe it to us.
Wait, actually, let me try something.
You don't have to. It's not a big deal.
Now it says, finally time. This is Creed. Joey play Animal Shelter Simulator. Is that different than the Dog Shelter Simulator that I was all about?
I don't know if they're different.
Dog rescue or something?
I have. Creed has told me about this before, and I have it.
Okay.
Like bookmarked on Steam. But this does sound.
Now.
I mean, both things are very up my alley.
Kevin, are you remoting into this desktop to show us the thing?
Yep.
What a pro.
Kevin just knows all the tricks.
All right, here we
get
go.
In here.
In Waterfall, when you come out of the cave that takes you back to 1980, head up the ladder, climb. What? My computer going to sleep. Up the rocks, but instead of heading left, go right. Down a different. Climb up the cliff face, and you can click the ladder. We're looking at Pizza Tower now. Is the chat
this
seeing
is
Pizza Tower?
Fun art style.
They aren't.
It looks like if Brian Altano and Max made it.
Yeah, it looks like a Nickelodeon 90s cartoon style.
Yeah, totally. 100%.
I can bring it up for them in a second.
No rush.
It's like a little platformer.
Come out of the thing.
I don't really know what Metroidvania means, to be totally
Up the ladder,
honest.
climb the rocks.
But when I imagine it, it's kind of what it looks like.
But instead of heading
It
left.
looks more like Sonic. Right?
I did get an Illusion Island code, so I'm very excited to start that too.
He knew he needed to climb it. He knew he could climb it. But the doubt.
This looks fun, but not a game I would be good at.
He actually would. Riley climbed with ease. Riley always climbed with ease.
As she scaled the heights with ability and grace.
Chris is asking if I've fallen off Destiny.
And climb.
It's just been like deprioritized enough between everything else. I want to get back to it because I still want to run the raid to get the cool cloak, but I don't know if I want to like commit. If I'm gonna jump in, do I want to commit for like 4 chunks at a time, 4-hour chunks at a time? But I'm sure I'll get back into it. This season seems like kind of a wash, so I might just wait till the next one. Plus, there's the showcase thing at the end of the month, so I'm sure that that'll get me excited for whatever's coming up next for the final shape.
Joe, did you ever end up playing Oxenfree 2?
No, I have just run out of time.
Sure.
I'm behind on every single possible thing.
Also, you've been traveling nonstop.
I know.
You shouldn't be so popular.
I haven't been I haven't been home for like a whole month in like a very long time. So my bank account's like, we can't do this anymore. Like, this is just not in the cards.
Just rest till Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. But then immediately yesterday I got hit up and they were like, you want to come down for this one thing in September? I was like, oh man, I do, but maybe I don't.
Have you been doing a lot of hotels or just?
No, it's
just boozing.
Just friends usually.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, no problem. Between, I mean in LA there's like a billion people to stay with, so that's always nice.
Break, not fracture.
And then, yeah, it's been LA, a lot of it, and then Austin sprinkled in there. I was supposed to go to Seattle this weekend, and then I didn't.
Okay.
I
Sorry.
think that's the right call. I think that's the right call. Are you gonna go to the concert that's going on this week? Outer Lands?
No, I'm not really like a festival girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone I guess it's different, like one that's here versus like Coachella or whatever. But the lineup is always cool, but I'm always like, maybe I get out of town this weekend because it's such like a
let's avoid Golden Gate Park at all costs.
Yeah.
And it's so tough because Golden Gate Park is almost half of the
main artery.
Yeah, the peninsula there.
It'll be fine. Just don't look down.
Headhunter says 4 hours. Who are you raiding with? I have a very good raid crew. I'm just bad at all the jumping puzzles, so it takes me forever. But then I just show up and they do all of the puzzle-y stuff, so it works out. Dang it, I just missed you. Or gonna miss you in Seattle.
What's the biggest game what's the game you're spending the most time with right now?
It's Dave the Diver for sure. It's just like the perfect loop of stuff. The diving is really fun and like catching everything and trying to go deeper. I'm not very good about like going super far.
Yeah.
I haven't upgraded my equipment that far. I just like running the little sushi shop. Now I have a farm and I have a fish hatchery.
I'm sorry you couldn't go on your 5th grade
And
I'm excited to see how that game plays. So you're just gonna continue your
yeah.
save? Okay, cool.
I'm not like that far into it, but it's been really fun. And then a lot of Diablo still.
So you don't have to.
And then Dreamlight Valley when I can hop into it.
Do you care about the season, or are you just playing to play?
Just playing to play.
I mean, I don't know.
Same way, where I'm like, oh, there's nothing on this battle pass that's like really compelling.
I wish the cosmetics were better. I think the reason I'm playing so much Diablo still is because I really like the sorcerer, so it's like just a different build. Yeah.
Your teacher said really nice things about you. Said you did really well in science class.
Can you play Dave the Diver on a controller? Yes, you can. I usually play. I tried plugging in a controller for it after I was playing mouse and keyboard for a while, and I couldn't figure out how to like use the the harpoon. I couldn't figure out what button that was, but I also like didn't try very hard. I was like, I know how this works on mouse and keyboard. I'm just gonna go back.
Mother, she was incapable of most things. She couldn't love me. She couldn't love you.
But this one I want to get back to because I didn't.
Find out why.
The first one didn't click for me, but I've heard that this one is clicking for more people that the first one didn't click with, so it makes me want to go play.
You understand?
I think so.
Any tips for playing Source? Just rolled one for season 1. This is the first time I've ever played it either. I was Rogue last time. I just like the ability set a lot. I feel like Sorcerer actually has like more ranged ability than the Rogue does. And that's probably because I did like a dash rogue build with some like poison traps and not as not one that focused on some other stuff. But I don't really have any tips because I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just having fun.
That's what I'm doing with Sorcerer too. I'm doing electricity. I'm doing Sorcerer. Yeah, electricity Sorcerer.
That one's fun.
Whatever, this is fun. Add this, do this, go there.
Yeah.
Meet you around the bend.
Interested in playing Dave the Diver on my Steam Deck, but I'm a controller person. I know that a lot of people are playing on Steam Deck now, so I think that is like a pretty normal way to play.
Let's just leave.
After the sequence in the cave.
I just finished my meatball sub and man, I feel great.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
That was fantastic. The chips are always a little stale, but
it's because they get steamed.
Oh.
I think that's why. That's what I assume. With the hot sandwich and all bundled up.
Yeah, that makes total sense. But I kind of like it works with this complicated the complicated meatball sub that I just ate.
Why was it complicated?
You couldn't just pick it up and eat it like an adult.
Oh, got it.
You had to well, not like an adult. I guess like I was eating fork and knife like an adult. I guess like a child.
I don't know if that's a child thing, but
like a child.
Oh, that's that must be Violet. Was her name? I think she was out here somewhere.
What are you playing Dave the Diver on?
Keep an eye.
I'm just playing on PC.
With a like Xbox controller?
No, mouse and keyboard.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I like go back and forth pretty. On like most sim games, I'll play mouse and keyboard just because I think it's easier.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Somewhere around here.
Are you still like hunting platinums as hard as you used to?
No way.
Just
with
less
little
time.
There's too many games this year, and with Ben and the limited amount of time I have, like, it's got to be prioritized. Moving on to the next thing, the next review, the next whatever.
Yeah.
Got so much food in his
I guess we've had so many like big games that it's like a process to go through.
I mean, I just need to get back to Final Fantasy to play Final Fantasy. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah.
Yeah, even Tears of the Kingdom, you're like kind of
Yeah, it's
put
just
down
my
for a
travel
while.
game, right? Like, it's the only way to keep going. Otherwise, I would never move. It's the problem with Diablo.
Mm-hmm.
When I sit down, it's like, well, I know I got 2 hours in me. I want to get that far in Final Fantasy, so I'll play another 2 hours of Diablo. Or
I know.
also the little indies, the little stuff I can play and be done with. You know?
Yeah.
But even like right now, like even though it got delayed, like WrestleQuest would be a big problem for me, right? Of like, oh, it's a 40-hour main quest line. I'm like,
Ooh.
all right, well, I want to play that. And
Where am I gonna find 40 hours?
Riley, look, it's that girl Violet. She's one of parentage. Come on, we have to help her. She's gonna fall. Come on.
All right, we got to be mean to these people now.
Wait.
Michael M. Costa is asking, how many platinums are you getting in a year?
Happening.
Oh, so few now. I mean, what, Ben? Yeah, Ben's 2 in October.
4?
I was going to say, look back at my PSN profiles, Game Over Greggy. Go look there and sort by my. I can't imagine I've gotten more than, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah.
A year? I don't know.
I'm not going. No.
Is this also on Netflix?
Yep.
DJID4 said, has anyone tried playing a game through Netflix yet? Which I kind of forgot about. But I haven't tried it. And
I haven't played this. I tinkered with Oxenfree 1 on it in the lead up to this. And then Before Your Eyes, I did on there when I liked it so much on VR2. I wanted to see how it played on that.
And it just uses like your TV remote to like.
No,
choices?
just touchscreen on the phone. Like Netflix still isn't on the TV yet for games.
Oh,
it
got it.
seems like it's about to be, but it hasn't officially been yet.
That makes sense as to why I never see like games.
Yeah, you
pop
have to
up.
be in your app, your mobile app.
Do they have some like are they called FTV games where it's like Bandersnatch?
Oh yeah, they have that stuff there.
Okay.
Yeah.
The peak is just over here. One more thing about school, and
You guys ever play that game?
Because I
Yeah.
don't want to ruin the moment.
I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
That was the Black Mirror one, right?
Yeah.
The fights anymore.
I never
I know
played that one.
Julie spread some rumor, but they're gonna kick you out of school.
Usually when I'm putting something on Netflix or any of the streaming services, it's because I want to not interact
Yeah.
with something.
Still be going to school, just not the
Usually because
school
I'm
you
doing
want.
something else.
Yeah, exactly. Are you watching Gemstones?
Hey, do me
No.
a favor.
I haven't either.
We started. I mean, we loved season 1. Season 2 started. We watched one episode, and for some reason, it didn't hit the same that night, and we were just we never came back.
Lost
Same
forever.
thing for season 3.
This is 3 or 4.
This is 3.
I
really like 2, and then watched episode 1 of season 3, and then there was. I think there's just been a lot of stuff this summer, so
Yeah, you
I
gotta
want to
make the
go back
choice.
and restart.
There's too many shows that like it's like I think we started watching it and Paula was like, I don't know that I like this show, and then we started Yellow Jackets, and it was like, well, I'm fully in on this. We're like almost done with the Bear.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
So good.
What's in my rotation right now? Michael Costa asked. The Summer I Turned Pretty is like the only one I'm watching week to week, other than like Real Housewives. I've been like on a real Bravo kick. There's something about summer that makes me want to watch just like a lot of reality TV and like not a lot of anything else. Gemstones is on my list.
Sometimes a lot of things.
Trying to think of what other stuff is out that I'm not watching. I know High School Musical, the series is out, but I haven't watched like the last couple seasons of that one.
There's more than just the 2 seasons.
I think this is like 4.
Oh. I remember, what was it, Bless that was super into it, and he was like, you gotta watch it. I think he got my sister-in-law Avery to watch it too.
Oh, nice. Yeah. What else am I catching up on? Oh, I started Twisted Metal this weekend. I got like 3 episodes in. So I think I want to go back and finish that.
Have you talked to Tim at all about it?
Tim was like, it's. I guess we talked like very briefly when I got back.
He was telling me after episode 3, it gets much better.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and he was like very much like, you need to check this out. And I'm pretty stoked.
Yeah. There's some stuff on Apple TV I've been wanting to watch because I'm like also behind on After Party. I've only watched like the first 2 episodes of that, so I need to catch up.
Wait, is After Party the one where they were all like in their school reunion and then someone dies? Okay, yeah.
This one is set at a wedding.
Yeah, I've seen the trailer for it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in it.
That's one that I kind of do better as like a binge.
Yeah, totally.
So I want to wait for like, I think at this point like 4 of them, maybe 5 have stacked up, so I can get back to that.
Better have been.
Apple TV. Let's see if we can. What is it, like $5 a month or something?
It's really fun.
Yeah, it's great. And like, I have a family plan, so it's like I got a lot of people in there too.
Like me.
Yeah, Joey's in our family plan.
Come on.
Yeah, like Bad Sisters I liked on there. That was from earlier this year.
What's the Shrinking? No, that's not what it's called.
I don't.
That is a show.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good.
You know what's good for you?
There's one called like the Big Blue Button or like the Big Prize Door.
The trailer of that makes me very interested, but I just like it doesn't like I don't know that it looks good.
Yeah. I have been doing my thing that I always do, which is I watch one thing and I become deeply obsessed with one person on it, and then I want to watch everything they've ever been in.
Love that.
So that was when I watched the other 2. Josh Segarra is like my favorite. He plays like the boyfriend. And so now I've like made my way through some of the other stuff that he's been in. Not gonna watch Arrow. Not just gonna tap out on that one probably. But I think that he's
Season
such
1
a fun
and 2
actor.
Arrow are pretty great though.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if he's in. Who is this guy?
I forget who he is, but he's some, I think, vague villain person. I don't know. Chat might be able to tell me better.
Josh Segarra.
Prometheus.
Okay.
Adrian Chase, one Prometheus.
Oh, he's in the first 2 seasons, so you're fine.
Yeah. Foundation I've never watched, Chris.
All right.
But Lee Pace was another one of the ones. I still need to finish Pushing Daisies because I think I'm only like halfway through season 2. There's only 2 seasons, right?
Yeah, and unfortunately, it got really affected by the last writer's strike. Ugh, what a heartbreaker that was.
Matt Mamba, I literally just said that I watched the other 2 I watched the other 2, and that's where I became deeply obsessed with Josh Segarra. So I'm already done with that one.
Pushing Daisies, though, like the vibe of that show is so good.
At least I hope they're working.
Yeah, it's perfectly stylized in a way that I don't feel like we get stuff like that very often.
Also, like the way it's written, like the quippiness of how quick everything is awesome.
For sure. What else? Oh, Sterling Matthew Oliver says he's amazing in *Halt and Catch Fire*. Lee Pace. *Halt and Catch Fire*. Now that I've watched it, is like probably easily like a top 5 all-time TV show.
Really?
It's so good.
Is the end of season 1 where they like burn all the
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So that's as far as I got, and I was just like, I don't know, this show.
This is happening.
Might be too much.
It gets more interesting, I think.
Yeah. But I love the cast.
The cast is so good. I like that it kind of changes focus onto Mackenzie Davis and Carrie Bichet. Can't remember what their character names are off the top of my head, but
nobody knows.
Before you get to make that decision. And I want to hear what happened in detail.
Joe, when are you gonna come up and watch? We're gonna watch some scary movies together.
I know. We have so many of those. I still haven't watched Evil Dead Rise, and that's supposed to be really fun.
That's the one that Paula wants to watch the most.
I want to watch that a lot.
No.
Afterlife is also supposed to be really good, and that's going to be a fun.
Ghostbusters? Ghostbusters Afterlife?
Yeah, exactly.
Afterlife.
At least.
I don't know.
I think
what
it's
is
called
that one?
Afterlife. I think it's like
Ricky Gervais.
Oh no, that's not it.
No? Okay.
This is a movie. It's like a maybe Korean movie.
Those are scary.
But I've heard like really, really good things about it, and it's been in theaters, but I haven't had a chance to go see it yet.
Next time you're
Tyler wants to know what you're having for lunch.
Chicken Caesar wrap. The Little Joe's special.
Like anything.
That's the pro move because that doesn't get the chips all soggy.
Yep.
Kevin.
So I got really scared when he said what I wanted. I wasn't expecting it.
Past lives, thank
And it
you.
was past lives, okay. Because I was looking at Afterlife and I'm like, I'm not seeing it. So I think in the future I will go with the chicken wrap. There he goes. But I also think that we should petition them to bring the salads back.
What's up with the salads going away?
They got rid of the salads?
No
They got
salads.
no
anymore.
salads.
That's weird. Were we the only ones ordering salads from there?
At least they're not on the DoorDash menu anymore.
Yeah. What's Andy gonna eat for lunch now?
He got
Jelly
the
beans.
half chicken last time.
Oh.
Oh, this looks like a rom-com. This is a scary movie, Past Lives?
No, Past Lives is like
Okay.
12
drama, maybe.
No? I'm pretty sure no. But I mean,
Asteroid City's coming out for rental, and I never watched that.
Let me tell you, you don't have to.
you don't remember?
It was so disappointing.
What a bummer.
Like, you know how like French Connection was like, oh, this might be too much him.
Yeah.
Like he doubled down.
Oh, and I did not like the French Connection.
I know.
Look who
Bummer.
comes crawling back.
Give the man a break.
I told him the rest of the room would eat him alive.
Tell me what happened on the trophies. Did we get one? Nice.
Knocked off.
We're making good progress.
7 to go.
Really, the only thing that matters is Joey. I was out there eating lunch.
Oh, then you do watch me
And there
totally
was
eat
there
it.
was the two men out there looked at the screen and said, "Oh my God, she fell," and all I saw was you crawl back up. Are you okay?
I'm totally fine. You guys forget that this happens a lot.
Is it a clippable moment?
Normally, I have no idea what it looks like from that side.
It's too small on
What the funniest part is that it almost always only happens when I'm just with Tim. And he's like, "Am I cursed? Like, are we not allowed to do anything together anymore?"
Definitely weren't.
Lemon Bendy says, "Remember when Greg said like this stream is so casual, and then the Oxenfree dudes left forever." They have now seen Jen, so that Jen's in the building. People are excited, so that's how
Hell
this is
yeah.
gonna go.
It's weird how things go.
Mike Powell says, "Where are you at in Suits?" I think I'm on like season 4.
Okay,
5.
I like
God
that.
bless you. God bless you, Joe.
I've got some room
Okay,
to move forward there, but
I'm hyping everybody up on the new Netflix doc all about Johnny Manziel, Johnny Football.
oh,
Is it going to
interesting.
FCF? This is no FCF mention, which I thought, Greg, it ends, it gets towards the ending. I'm like, oh, perfect. They're going to talk FCF. No, there's like 3 minutes left, so it was over. But this is a good doc. This is like one of those must watch.
Is it like Michael Jordan doc level?
No, not that level, but it's very much of like, man, Johnny Manziel was such a moment and like the biggest thing on the planet, Johnny Football, and what he was doing.
I don't
with the
even
money
like
signs.
football, and I know who he is.
You should watch this because, like, Johnny, a lot of people made a lot of money off of Johnny's name and likeness, right? And he wasn't getting paid anything.
Yeah.
And then Johnny said, F that, we gonna get paid. And him and his homies got paid. It was awesome to watch. So, yeah, it's a must watch.
Mike, what did you have for lunch?
I had a chicken Caesar wrap, just like my dude, Greg Miller. We are big fans of that wrap.
We eating big over here.
Eating big like Double J. There was a moment where Double J looked at me, guys, just so you know, at the end of the stream last time, and he was like, we were leaving. I think you already left because they were finishing up their interviews, and he looked at him and goes, just a reminder, we're eating big. And the guy was like, yeah, we're going to eat big. And then he looked at me, and I think he was going to invite me to dinner, and I was going to say,
Why did you go?
Hell yeah, Double J, let's go eat big,
Why you had your chance. Why did you do it?
He didn't extend the invite. That's all.
So it wasn't gonna.
Well, he looked at me and I looked at him like, "Oh, we eating big?"
I was there, and there was a moment of like, I think we can get the invite. I think we can get in.
Thank you, Kevin.
Like, and I was just like, I had something to do, but like, I was like, damn it, I wish I didn't have plans.
This guy might invite us for a very expensive dinner, and I'm gonna go for it.
And like, he keeps talking about how he
sushi. Could have had some good sushi with it.
Yeah.
He wants
keeps
sushi,
loving
is right.
Sushi. Sean, did you get the meatball sub?
Oh my God. I'm out there talking about it as if I've never eaten food. It's so good.
It's so good.
Dude.
Did you feel it was complicated to eat?
Okay, leading up to it, I did, right? I'm like, look at this thing. It's a big sloppy mess.
Yeah.
You pick it up like a gentle little slice of pizza almost, and it was fine. Nothing got anywhere.
Oh,
no
my,
mess.
my hands got so dirty in my first bite, I started losing some of the meatball on the top, and I got scared. I had to go out there and get a plate.
I almost got a fork and a knife.
Yeah,
I thought about it.
Sat down,
No, pick
pinky
it up,
out.
gently caress it from underneath, and you'll be fine. It was so good. This one goes out to Little Joe's. Is that the
That's
name?
it. Yeah, Little Joe's.
man. Original Joe's.
Fire.
man.
They make their own chips too, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Those homemade
Damn,
chips.
so
Come
good.
on, man. Everybody loves that.
And it was
simple.
just the right amount of cheese and the type of cheese that doesn't get grotesquely blobby. You
Yes.
know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like, yeah.
And my favorite is when it comes out of the sandwich, right? So it's just a little bit layer of cheese, and it's
And it's
melted
crispy.
just right, and it's crispy right on the bread. Woo!
Little
Come on.
Joe's
We
located.
love Little Original Joe's too much. They keep us. The best is when 4 different people will DoorDash it, but not talk to each other. So it just keeps coming, the big white bags all day long.
Adam, what'd you have?
I had 3 slices of cheese pizza.
Oh, nice.
I respect
How'd that
that.
go?
Enjoyed very much.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like that.
I bet you could have just ordered a whole pizza for cheaper.
I was looking for it. Didn't find it on the menu.
If it was easier, I'm glad you did it that way.
It was good. Yeah. I like the portion control.
I
Now-
will always want that place now, though.
Now you know.
Yeah.
And the actual restaurants, me and Kevin have gone before. Great dinner spot, really good food.
Really?
But
Yeah.
remember, the restaurant has a different menu.
Different
than-
menu. I told him about
Yeah,
that. Different
yeah.
menu. Yeah. But
Then
very
they-
good
You
stuff.
get a prime rib there.
Oh yeah, prime rib's real good. And
You know, I
old
can't get
fashions
into
that
prime
don't
rib.
taste great,
Really?
but they kick hard.
You know, I
Sorry about that. I
I
can't get
thought
into
that
prime rib
you go to-
visually.
Go to House of Prime Rib. They're gonna make you
Really
change
good?
your mind.
San Francisco
good.
staple.
Oh man,
It's a must do.
How do you get over the hurdle of like just a pink, fatty flesh blob?
I
you just
usually
eat it.
Salt, pepper,
You just
horseradish.
eat it. Okay.
Yeah.
They got a
Just eat it.
horseradish
Don't
that
look
opens
at
up your
it.
sinuses.
I'm like a brisket guy.
Oh, I love brisket.
Brisket's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with the brisket.
Riley.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
More supernatural
Speaking
stuff,
of
guys.
Yep.
Brisket.
Oh, this is a great scene. This is a sad scene.
Hey, olive branch. Are your shoes tied?
First time I played this, I was like, is she from an alternate dimension? Is she like living in like Roman times? Like, oh no, our parents are just straight up hippies.
Hippies, yeah.
Rich hippies?
Rich.
Wealthy hippies.
Yeah.
Everything's bigger in Kamina.
Okay.
Hello? Oh, wait, why do I sound
The
weird?
worst thing you can do to someone is waste their time. And killing someone is basically wasting all their time at once.
It was a spider. I didn't know it was in the drain.
Hippies.
And now that
Save
spider that lived in
spiders,
our drain
everybody.
is no longer with us.
Just catch him,
That's it.
take him outside.
Spoken like someone who's a spider.
Don't let my 8 legs fool you. Help him out.
I'm just like you. I put my pants on one leg, one leg, one leg, one leg, one leg.
Oh, come on.
Well,
Olivia!
maybe 2 sips.
And do you
I just want her to learn.
And she will learn. Now.
You guys see me get that trophy for getting the shortest?
I missed
story?
it. No.
We almost missed it too because Joey fell, and so I was so caught up in that. I
Oh.
started seeing the Santa fade away. I was like, no!
Get it. Oh, well, thank God.
You have no right to be here with them.
Who was that?
I'm trying to get your friend trophy. Don't
I want to be
scream at
nice
me.
to you. I sympathize with everything you're saying.
Trying to help you out here.
I pushed Violet off the thing, so she fell.
Oh, yes. Tell them about that scene. We were
Oh,
watching
yeah.
out there. We were like, shoot, we should have been in there.
Yeah.
Because-
So while Violet is possessed, she is kind of muttering to herself and saying some lines, and it sounds like she's kind of like half of a conversation. If you pull out the radio and tune into a particular signal, you'll hear the other half of the conversation,
The
which is
ghost
mom.
there, which is
Yeah.
Adam's actual mom.
And it's my actual mom. She played that.
How cool.
That part. I know,
Yeah.
which was fun. Yeah.
Really
You
held
guys
that
really
one
should have
back.
been in here doing your job, not out there gabbing with 3 slices of pizza.
I was like halfway done.
Oh
with the
man, we
second.
should be in there.
Oh, this is interesting. I was like, well, you'll hear the anecdote. Yeah.
We'll get there in the end.
Now, Greg, why don't you give us the update on the trophy hunt right now? Where are we? We need to know.
Halfway?
8 left.
Okay.
Oh.
But remember, it's
got
collectibles.
one.
I'm working my collectibles
We've
here.
gotten one.
This is the next collectible is in Point Tilia, right? First stop on the way to Tortuga Falls. So we're on the way there. And again, we knew this was hard work, Mike.
You did. I asked you, I said, what's the vibe? You said, Mike, I got work to do. And I said, all right.
I got work.
Okay.
We're out here hanging out, talking about a good game, talking with some cool devs. All right, is that not good
Yeah,
enough
baby.
for you, everybody?
Is it right that we're streaming for 23 more minutes? Is that?
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to get the platinum.
Oh.
I mean, there's multiple hours of things. This is putting me closer to having the platinum.
Yes,
I get to pick
that
up
was
on
the
my
catch.
work.
We said, yeah, uh-huh.
We'll just take the short path down to the beach.
Okay.
And then it's,
Greg, we'll get the platinum on his own time. And then you'll just have to hear about it, everyone. Just imagine you see it at the end of this.
it gets kind of steep.
Talking about the Pacific Northwest vibe. So the original game, the lead artist, her name was Heather Gross, and she just so happened to have grown up like in a very wooded region of Seattle, and so she just like loved this look already. Stuff, like she was kind of living it, and would add all the things that we wouldn't know. Like, oh yeah, of course there should be weird green overgrowths on top of these posts in the middle of the ocean, or you know, we spend a ton of time on the fog. Like, it's funny because a lot of this art without the fog, it looks great, but it does not have this magical glow. So the fog is critical. Like a lot of passes.
The bloom.
Making it look like this. The bloom. Oh, you got that dev speak, baby.
Yeah.
I'm there.
I feel like I'm an expert on the fog now.
The fog.
10 months in, I feel like I get the fog. I get the fog here. I know what it looks like.
Yeah.
I'm in there. I'm in the midst of it all. Is right.
Is that a pun?
Just a little bit of dewy. You know, it's a little dew. Like dew.
Dew.
Should have said it's just what I do.
Oh, that's good, Kev. See, Kev gets the fog too. We were playing softball in the fog last night.
That's probably pretty cool.
See, it's a cool vibe, but it's also a questionable move of like, is this kid going to see the ball as it comes into your face? You know? Exactly.
A little scary.
So no major injuries yesterday, right?
Thankfully, no major injuries.
Nice.
I stretched out a little bit.
A lot of minor injuries.
Yeah.
What I'm assuming.
We've had some incidents at the.
We almost took a ball to the face. Like, the issue is I got Blessing here, who is the face of the company like Greg, right?
Yeah.
And I can't come the next day as, you know, the tribal chief, team captain.
Right, tribal chief.
And I can't be the one to let Blessing get a ball to the face, because then we're going to have hell to pay with Greg and the camera, you know? So it was a little scary last night. He almost took one, but he got out of it, which was good. We
have a simple rule here. If you're Uggo, you can't be on camera.
Fair enough.
If you got a giant black eye from taking a ball to the face.
Nick, we let Uggos on camera?
Jacob?
Heck no, dude, he said.
Why would you?
This is stupid. Look,
You can buy these nice cameras.
Here comes Nick. Nick, talk to these guys. Talk to us.
What's up, man?
I didn't make this LED wall for nothing. You know, we only put pretty people in front of it. That's why Mike's here with his incredible hair.
Dude, I got some great hair. Thanks.
When you get that tight fade again, bro?
I'm going to get the tight fade probably next week.
Do you have a tight fade regularly?
Yeah, so I, of course, moved down here.
Yeah.
So I have to say goodbye to everything I know.
Yep.
And I found a great barbershop next to the house with some great guys in there. And I looked at them. I said, hey, here's the deal. Come June, we got to dial in a look, right? You have all these months. I'm going to come in once a month, and I'm going to let you do whatever you want. But by June...
Each month, it's a new look.
Anything
like
he wants to do.
Chef, does you like
exactly.
that? Yeah, okay.
Because I told him, I was like, by June, we're going to go to Summer Game Fest or whatever. I want to look my best. Let's figure it out, right? And he was like, all right, let's play with it. Let's have some fun. And so every time we got a little weirder. We had a mullet for one time, and it didn't look that great, so we stopped that. And then he kept coming up really high, and Nick, like, semi-loved it, but would comment on it. And he would always cut the top, right? Because like you kind of blended it all. And I looked at him this last one. I was like, don't even touch the top.
Yep.
Because I want to get like emo look with it. I want to go Greg Miller here.
Yeah.
And he said, okay. And he nailed it. And so now the next one, cut the sides. Let's have some fun.
And you're not touching the top again.
Not going to touch the top.
How many more are you going to do that?
I mean, until it goes down to here. You know what I mean?
Product in there making it do
No,
all that right
nothing.
now? Shut up.
This is
you
it.
lucky bastard.
This is it.
I got weird science teacher hair. If I
Really?
don't put even a little bit of product in, it turns into a wavy mess.
That's
not
really
a good
dope.
wavy mess.
Oh, really?
No.
Okay. Well, they once let me have my mini afro because my hair curls up and goes in like a mini afro. It didn't look good.
Oh.
People were making fun of me saying I look like the ancient aliens guy. That one hurt. That one hurt.
That one hurt.
That one hurt. So we had to get rid of that quick. Tell you what, there was a period where it's like I got photos of those. I'm like, man, those are some bad photos. My God, shouldn't have done that.
Hey, man, you got to live and learn.
Yep.
Yeah. You don't try, who knows?
I'm in my growing phase. I'm a 30-year-old adult just growing, learning, trying.
Taking swings.
Yep.
Just like Riley in this game.
Exactly. Bringing it back to the game.
back.
This is what happened. That's right.
Oxenfree 2 now available on all of your favorite platforms.
What platforms are those?
It's Nintendo Switch.
Yes.
It's Netflix. It's PlayStation. It's PC. Now I know the
Oh,
next question
your
is gonna be
favorite
the next
platform.
question is gonna be
Phil Smith's
why
punching his head
over there.
Yeah, I have to ask
Hang
that
on.
question. That's right. Hang on.
Listen, I have nothing to announce other than to say there is nothing to read into here. Every other game that we have shipped, we ship on 1 or 2 platforms.
Yep.
And then we continue to work. We announce things happen.
I like
whatever.
that. I like
There
that.
is nothing to read into.
Nothing.
There was a
Okay.
lot of tea leaf reading going on, I think, that even maybe on this set at some point.
What?
Yeah.
Yes. And it was like, oh, maybe this is some 4D chess between Microsoft and Netflix. No, this is some like we were just a tiny studio making a game. We committed to a couple platforms. And we kept going.
I like that.
So all I'll say is there's no politics, there's no nothing.
There we go.
Don't count
Maybe I
Stadia
shouldn't
out.
have said all your favorite platforms.
I like
Maybe I
that.
shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, yeah.
No, you're
I got an
accurate.
Xbox.
We've all seen the stats.
Take it personal.
I've seen the stats over there. That's right. Yeah. That hurts, is right. I like that. That's good. And then, of course, After Party, I believe, came on Game Pass as well, correct?
Yes.
It did.
Yes.
What was that
It
like?
Launched initially on Game Pass.
Yeah, because I'm the Xbox guy. Talk to me about that. What was that deal like? Did you like that?
Great.
Did you
Well,
hate that?
Oxenfree 1 also launched on Game Pass
Yeah,
in the very beginning, right? I think we were a launch title for
Game Pass when it
which was
first
awesome.
started. That's
Yeah.
wild. Okay.
It was really good. Yeah, it's like we found for both of those games that when it was out on those services, it did not really impact sales elsewhere. So I was like, okay, works for us.
Yeah.
We get a bunch of great support. Like we got awesome support. So it was sort of this mix of like, okay, we get to borderline feel like a first party game. Maybe not that far, right? But we got to borderline feel like a first party game. And still ship our game elsewhere. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it kind of feels like where you're at now with Netflix of like you're shipping the game, it's still for sale, but it's also like here's a giant user base that can just click on the game and jump right in, right? Like and when we talk to devs on the Xbox side of things, it's like that install base is there. Right now it's not, I got to sell this many copies. It's, oh, the players are going to be right there. If they want to click on it, it's there.
Yeah.
And this giant number now all of a sudden appears.
Yes, yes. So the other thing is like it, I don't know. For
you got a new one.
so many developers are worried about.
Thank
just
you for paying
discoverability.
attention to the purpose of this
I
stream.
know, I'm glad.
Oh, here's game dev.
It's good to
see. We're here for the trophies, Mike.
Did
How
you
many
pop
you got?
one?
2 out of 13.
Yeah.
Did you turn British? Did you pop one?
Did you pop one up?
I mean, I'm still finding my voice. I'm finding my voice.
This has got a little elf ears. Did you pop one?
Did you pop one there?
Did you pop one of your bubbles?
Oh,
Bro,
man.
did you pop a trophy?
Thank you, Joe Bianco. Hey, look who's in the chat. That is the voice of Jacob in the
Yo.
Yeah.
Greg Miller was really mean to you just recently.
I don't want to be mean to you. It's what they're making me do to get this trophy, Jacob.
He's just following orders.
What were we saying? Yes.
We were talking about
Oh, how much you hate Xbox.
Game Pass, Netflix, yeah.
Discoverability is the hardest thing. Like it, even more than just trying to sell the damn game. People finding your stuff because there is such a flood of just content. I'm so sick of the word content, but like it's just flying at us all the time.
Yeah.
And so being on Netflix and prior to that, being on something like Game Pass was just a great way for people to come across us more easily. You know? Yeah, it's good. Definitely good.
That's great. Yeah, and it's also so interesting, right? When we talk about like these kind of jumping into the subscription service, then everybody jumps to like, okay, well then how do they make money? Are they going to do a bunch of microtransactions? And everybody immediately goes like, okay, well, is there a season pass? What's that? Your game, not like that.
Right. Right.
So interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the cool thing also with Netflix is they're very driven by the idea of it being safe from microtransactions, right? Like really it's sort of like you come in, there's no ads, the game is free, you get what you expect. Showing
Yeah, that's
for all
pretty
the games,
sweet.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can't tell you how many times on my phone I'm giving, here's my Face ID, take another $5 from me, take
Right.
$2 from me, right?
I've heard this about you.
Hey,
He's not good with money. That's what you've heard.
take that.
Microtransaction, Mike.
But yeah, you're right. Like Netflix, I've never had that pop up where it's like,
It
hey,
literally
here's
won't. It's not
additional
going to.
fees right here on top of what I'm already giving them. Interesting stuff. That's good to know.
Yeah.
It's good to know.
Yeah, I mean, there's games on the service now that had previously been in other business models that now they're just, you got the whole game, and the response has been great.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's rad.
Yeah.
Is there an Apple TV version coming soon?
There is not.
Okay.
Nothing to announce there. I do think, like, we want all of our stuff to be ubiquitous, and we're not limited to any specific platform. And obviously, like, this game can work on other inputs because we've done it with Oxenfree already. But yeah, there's nothing there planned.
Can I miss a Nick thing? Like the Nick ones, I gotta be on top
You
of?
can't miss a single one.
You can't?
Yeah, you gotta hit
Bum,
them all.
No, I mean, but like if I like walk past an area, can I have to talk to him in specific areas?
Some of them you could get a little loose with, and others I would.
Because this one, like, you know,
again, some guidance.
Bullet point number 2 for
to us.
PlayStation show. It says when you reach Pointillia, when going for the second transmitter, you can ask Nick, "How's the water, Nick?" But I didn't. But he called me.
Oh, well,
so I feel like that counts.
And
right?
you were
That
still
counted?
able to.
And I talked to
how's
him.
the water? Oh, then great.
I don't know if I ever.
Do you ever contribute to these trophy hunters?
Do I have to say that? I have to say that.
You don't have to say that. You don't have to say that. Yeah,
I just gotta talk to this
guy. As long
guy.
as you talk to him. Yeah.
What they're trying to do is the right thing to do.
What about Starfield, you two? Are we jazzed up about Starfield? What's the vibe?
About that? Yeah, I'm not an outer space guy. is the only
Really?
thing. Yeah, I'm not into. I was telling him the last space game that I played was PS1 Colony Wars. If anyone remembers that?
Hey.
It was a super fun arcadey, had a TIE fighter kind of vibe to it. You go out, you do missions, you come back. So I'm sure it's going to be incredible. But yeah.
I mean,
okay.
I'm super hyped for it. Yeah, like I always want to like space games, and then most of them I end up not liking that much, or I bounce off of them.
Okay.
Like I love the spectacle of No Man's Sky, but I never got like I have friends who went way deep into it, and I'm like I bounced off of it. But this, I think, I mean, I'm a kind of a Skyrim head. I actually never played Fallout.
Are you Skyrim and Fallout guys? No Skyrim, nothing.
No
Or
Fallout.
Yeah, no
Skyrim,
Fallout.
yeah.
Not even New Vegas.
That's the one I should have played. I
With
started
Obsidian.
on 4.
Everybody loves that
I
one.
kind of
3
bounced
is
off
great.
of 4 when I
3 is
started
great,
like,
yeah.
building all these things, and 4 I was like,
Too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how Starfield's going to be. It's going to be so much, but it's exciting. Well, they're going to have to teach. You got to be able to build stuff.
Can I avoid building?
You will. I bet you could dip your toe in it and then quickly avoid it.
That's like Here's the Kingdom.
Yeah,
I can just make a little
It's like
motorcycle.
Yeah,
and
they're
get
gonna be
off
like, "Hey, let me teach you how to make this space colony." And be like, "Okay, cool. Here's 4 walls and a ceiling.
Yeah, and then
I'm
move
never
on."
coming back." It's like, yeah, I'm never
Figure
coming
yourself out.
back.
These aliens
Come back,
are
open the door, they
safe
beat
from
each
the
other.
Don't call me.
Yeah, I can't wait. And that last what are they called? Starfield Direct, I guess.
Starfield Direct. Yeah. Come on, Todd
Tears
Howard.
in my eyes.
Get out of here, man.
That guy, that team. I mean, that office is intimidating looking. Look at that office.
I want to
Like
go
the
there,
Apple
walk around.
spaceship.
Sounds
Yeah, it looks
dope.
sick.
I want to see your office with the black walls.
Come on by. We got black walls.
Got some black walls up in here.
Black walls.
It
Good
sure is
lunch.
intimidating here in the Bethesda office. Come to our black walled room.
You guys should come to the office, actually. It's pretty cool. New office is awesome. Because we're like commingling with other random
Yeah, that's cool.
Netflix entities, so it's cool.
No JGL though.
No JGL
Yeah,
anymore.
no Diplo. I'm a Diplo guy too.
Sorry, none of that.
Diplo's cool, man. He wears a cowboy hat sometimes. He goes like full country mode on him
I feel
too.
like
He's a
everybody
cool
in that
jabroni.
lane right now is going full cowboy.
Isn't it interesting?
What is that? They're just playing to their audience?
I think that the country audience is open to the idea of it, or
Yes.
the younger audience also loves country, and they're like, how do I blend it and get everybody involved? But like, yeah, you see them, like, they're not afraid to dip their toe in that, and I think the audience is somehow weirdly
They're loving
open to it. Yeah, it's weird, right?
I just saw footage of Steve Aoki playing like some I feel like a woman or something. I'm like, what the hell is going on right now? I'm dead serious.
No, yeah, no, it's for real. I think they get it. It's right.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you think being in the Netflix studio, maybe like you guys will be called upon to be in like some reality show like The Circle or anything? Too hot to handle?
Too hot to handle. Adam actually tried out for.
I was too hot for the show.
Yes.
Yeah, probably not.
They walk by, they're like, we know 2 dudes. They'll get
we got some guys.
These guys will come. They'll do anything.
They'll do anything. No, the cool thing though is that I think we have opportunities to take our games to other places, right?
Okay.
Like we can develop for TV or film or find. I know another overused word is transmedia, but like there's all that opportunity that's really cool. And I don't think that they want necessarily us to take our eye off the prize. Like I want us to be running a studio that just makes great games first and foremost, right? But like now we're in a place where it's not where we're out there just trying to shop our stuff. Like, you want to make a TV show, please? It's more like we work directly with these people, and they're into games, and so there's cool opportunities there for sure.
Anybody ever call about transmedia and be like, Oxenfree cartoon, let's link it up for a season?
Yes.
I'm sure they have. I bet you they have. Is right.
His mom, who played.
People really want to see me reprise my role as mother on the radio.
Get in there.
It's a chimney. It has to be.
Here comes an old soldier from
You're good at this.
Done it once or twice, but it is that point of like, oh man, wait, where was it?
But he's kind of speed running it, right?
I mean, I got it. I'm trying to
He's got
shove
to
it all
move.
in.
He knows he's got a timer on it.
Mike thought this was going to be an easy platinum. He thought they was going to give it to him.
I thought they were going to give it to him.
Challenging.
What about Big Joe? You saw that? Big Joe Staten coming over to Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
Did you call him Big Joe? Give him a call. Say, hey, what up?
We
Welcome
call
in.
him BJ. Yeah. it's
Oh,
like-
man, BJ.
He is, well, everybody on that team that is like absolute murderers. So Chaco Sonny, who was over on Overwatch and was on God of War before
Wow.
that, a bunch of other stuff. So he's like the studio head there, and he is building a Voltron of beasts. I have not really met Joe yet.
Okay.
I still call him BJ. Yeah.
Big Joe's the coolest.
Do you know him?
We got to interview him once.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a pretty big moment for my career because I love Halo. I'm a Halo guy.
God tier.
It's like,
Everybody
let's
they're
talk to
bringing
the
over.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Do Sean and Adam do any voices in O2? You call it O2? What's the
that's
What's the abbreviation?
cool.
Yeah,
We actually call it Ox.
We usually do, Ox.
Ox
That
too.
worse. Just Ox
Okay,
too, yeah.
okay.
We're ghosts. We're both
We are
ghosts.
ghosts. Yeah, we're ghosts in
nice.
this one and ghosts in the first one too.
Yep.
When it's like leave is possible.
That's
one of those words.
That's Adam.
Yes.
The is.
Oh.
And I'm the
Yeah, I'm
possible.
just get me in there.
Yeah.
Another
Great job,
little-
Adam. Good line. Good line.
The general idea for our ghost voices is that they are. It's almost like an audio version of a ransom note. You know how a ransom note gets
Yeah, they're
like
like
snipped
clipped,
up or whatever.
right?
Yeah, it's like clipped old radio signals. and
That's
why
dope.
Why
Yeah.
the ghost can talk that way.
Now, did you have a problem finding your voice as the ghost?
No.
You're
Although
like,
I
I
will
know where
say,
I want to be, and you're there.
the first time I recorded for it was in our old bathroom.
Okay, cool.
And so it's like me and Bryant, who was our lead developer, and we're sitting in a bathroom stall together. And I'm like, leave is. Meh." So it was an awkward beginning, but we got there. Adam, did you have a hard time finding your ghost voice?
No, because of that clippy nature of it just being like, say it yelling, say it scared.
Raleigh says, Mike, give us your best ghost voice.
When mom would.
Ooh, it's Mike. I'm here to talk to you.
I like this ghost.
Let's go.
Oh, hey, Ghost Mike, what's going on?
Yeah,
What do you want to talk about?
Very friendly ghost. That's what people say.
Yeah, the ghost kind of sounds scared of me. Nice one. I like that.
Now in the chat there, Ron Q21 says, Halo Infinite has loads of maps and content now. Phil, I've told you once, I've told you twice, don't come in here with your alt accounts, all right? Showing here. Phil Spencer, get out of here.
What happens next at a funeral? Well, everybody's different, but usually you say some nice words.
So this is a weird one maybe, but like, when you guys were thinking of Riley and her story through the game and, living the future here and there, did you think of a rival?
My favorite memories.
Did that resonate with
you know
you?
what? It was kind of in the back of our heads. We didn't really. It wasn't a direct reference, but just that idea of time just kind of folding onto itself and the actions that you're taking now, kind of being told to you from the future in a cool way. I mean, I just really loved how that movie and that short story, just played with what if time is just kind of a malleable thing you can wield. And
I'm
how
going to
cool
miss
that
him so much.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that moment,
really gonna
at the
miss
end of the
him.
game, right, where Alex is like, and just, you get a lot of years, but it doesn't end well. You know what I mean? And it was like, you know what I mean? And living all those moments and stuff, and then being a dad. And, I think so much of Ben's future and what I hope are like to get that and be like, oh, man.
Well, we that's another, like, what are the things we debated about? That was definitely a big one, right? Because when you're looking at this game just through the lens of the design, you always want players to have their choices feel like they were impactful. And then to have thematically this idea that you can impact parenting, but you still might not be able to impact exactly how they turn out is a great, lesson. But it also might suck as a game
Just
player.
as a player.
Yeah, and it was a choice that we committed to, and I was more on the side of maybe we should allow more variance, and the writers, to their credit, pushed pretty hard on being like, no, let's
tell a
have this
story.
be- yeah, exactly.
I like that a lot. I like that a lot.
Yeah, for something like that, we really wanted to give you a lot of then options that did make sense for the themes and for the story for you to really push and pull at, if we knew always like this was going to be the boulder you're going to crash into at the end, no matter what.
No, stop that.
I don't want to see him. I don't want to.
There's that great moment too, right, where it's him and her on the dock, the older version of him, and she starts to say something that's a new thought for her, and he cuts her off. And he's like, "You said this 1,000 times."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, that's crazy."
Yeah, exactly. You know me better than I do.
Fine. Guess I'm here. I'm okay.
Okay, good. Whew. You were just staring out into the ocean. Didn't blink for a solid minute. Yeah, it was impressive, I'll say. You might want some eye drops, though. Jesus.
Oh, Jacob.
I wish I had better news, though.
How mean have you been to him? Do you think you're gonna?
I've been quiet. Is that,
okay,
I assume
great.
that's working, right? I'm giving him nothing. I didn't talk about dad. I didn't talk about mom. I didn't do anything. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything.
No. Yeah.
I mean, but then guess what I'm gonna do, Mike? Walk back to the cave.
Forget it.
Never did that before, and I gotta go do it for Hank.
Gotta walk back to the cave.
Gotta get the shoe out of the cave for Hank.
Yeah.
Now the best part is we have to end this stream soon. Greg has to take all this paper with him so he can now go to his living room and do the same thing over there.
If you want, I'll have Jen take a photo of me tonight on the couch, and I'll spread out as I continue to knock this out.
Covered with printouts.
Doing my work here, ladies and gentlemen.
Whatever.
This is what being a gamer is all about.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
You want to go play
Everybody's different.
softball. All right. You know what I mean?
I know.
Give me this any night of the week over softball.
Softball doesn't involve lots of sheets of paper.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Every time my friends, oh, you should play more tabletop games. Oh, you should play D. I'm like, look what I do.
You
know,
literally
I get this out of here. I get this out of here.
There.
Got to make sure I'm going the right way to the cave, Mike. You know, again, I didn't do this before. I never got the shoe before. Didn't know who Hank was in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But I'm about to learn in a very specific way.
Once the game opened up, have you taken the same path each time you played?
Pretty much.
basically?
It's you guys. One of the things I didn't like about the first game was I felt lost a lot. And I think your map's so much better this time in terms of I know what I was doing, where I was going. And I did feel like I really got to know the island. But I felt like I might have been sticking to the same paths, but I wasn't even 100% sure on it.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, it was a big thing for us with this game to make the map very usable, very readable. Because the first one, it's so quaint and it makes sense for the world, but we had a lot of complaints about like, how do I know exactly how to get in and out of spots? It works, but we knew this world was so much bigger than the first one. It like had to really nail showing you where you were.
Mike, I went the wrong way from the shoe cave. The shoe
Craig,
cave's
I had a big feeling like you were about to go the wrong way.
You know what, Mike? You didn't have a feeling about nothing because you've never played this because you can't play a
Just had a
microtransaction. So shut up.
feeling. I want to give him an extra $5, Greg. Let me give him $5. Let me give him $5.
If I can't buy a red and white basketball,
Exactly.
I'm not interested.
What's the point?
Let me change the color of my backpack for $5. I'm in it. Here we go.
I'm hustling to get that shoe, then you can stop, Mike. That's my
Okay.
permission.
Yeah, let's
you
hustle
want?
back.
I made a lot of good progress here.
Let's embrace this.
Mike's
This
trying to act
little
like I didn't
rat
make any
right here.
progress. I got
Take a
Look at that
screenshot of that.
shot.
Take a
Come
screenshot of that,
on,
Greg.
look at that shot.
Now go back. Go back. Yeah, that's a bad
Yeah.
screenshot. Get back. You got to get a little piece on the left.
You want,
I mean, that's
this
all
is
right.
perfect.
That's good
What
right
do you mean?
there.
This is. See, I'm all. You
Oh,
deep
you're
into
about
photo
the
mode?
rules of the thirds.
Yeah,
What, you
yeah.
want-
I
so
love
like
it.
that, Mike, you
no,
want
he
that?
wants further
No, I
left.
want
So you
further
can
left.
pass.
So
He
it's
wants-
Further what?
more zoomed
He wants
in.
a third of the screen.
Yeah.
To be,
Yeah,
Boop,
yeah.
right there.
Oh,
Right there.
man,
right
look
there.
at that,
Now.
Greg.
Good.
Now that's something I put up on the wall.
Yeah.
Yep.
Love that. Make that your background, Greg.
You know, we did a dynamic theme for the first game that actually, based on the time of day, the events of the game were showing up in the background.
Yo,
that's dope.
It was
That's
pretty
really
sick. So
rad.
if it was like,
It was
okay,
cool,
10
yeah.
o'clock, the portal's opening.
Yeah, yeah.
This is happening. It's pretty
Hey,
rad.
you know who has great dynamic backgrounds?
Ooh.
Xbox. So if you ever want,
I
make a
concur.
dynamic background, hey, just let me know. I'll put it on there.
There we go. There we go.
Hey, now
Just
Now the
post
world
that right
knows.
up.
They know.
I'm gonna. This is gonna be my Xbox background. People are gonna say how you got that, and you had to know.
Twitter, Greg Miller.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Microtransaction me on patreon.com/kindafunny. You know? Mike, if you were out there hiking
Yeah.
and you came to a wet cliff face like that, you just gonna crawl on up it like Spider-Man?
I have to tell you the story about when I turned 22 and I took my friends out to Horsetail Falls up in Tahoe. Horsetail Falls, beautiful little hike out there. Starts off kind of a barren and desolation wilderness, so it's barren to start. Then you get to the bottom of the falls, where Mike's birthday starts. We got a 6-pack of downtown brown Lost Coast beer, and we have hot, flaming hot Ruffles. No
They
water.
make that?
Nothing else. We didn't pack anything else. That's all we packed.
6-pack of beer and some ruffles on this hike. This will be great.
We arrive. My friends look
These
up.
aren't
They go,
real
hey,
products.
we should scale the side of this waterfall that's easily 500 plus feet, right?
Yeah.
It's wet. It's scary. Say we
500
should scale to the top of this. Why not?
Yeah, why
I
not?
say, hell yeah, let me finish this beer. Let's do it, right? We now sweat bullets to get to the top. It's a beautiful, incredible vibe. I have the biggest goddamn headache you could ever imagine because I haven't drank water since the night before. We finally get back down. We're heading to the car. And, of course, to cap off the story, Bo jumps off a rock. What happens? Bang, snake tries to bite his ankle.
Shut up.
We
Really?
see the snake get in the air and try to get him. Barely missed. Could have a catastrophic situation there.
All right, so here's the problem.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll like anything.
I just asked Nick, how's the water?
Okay.
But I didn't do it in the right bullet point order here, right? So am I screwed? Because it
No,
says,
that's fine.
Uh-oh.
That's okay. Yeah. Should be okay. Just keep
leave me your cell phone in case I got to call you
Keep it
tonight with
going.
questions. All right?
We're on the email.
All right, just in
At
case.
midnight, why
What
isn't
the
Nick
fuck?
talking to me?
Why did I know I couldn't last Nick? All right. Better be able to bring him right back after this, you know?
Should be.
PlayStation
All right.
Trophies is telling me this. Now, is that true?
PlayStationTrophies.org says.
Hey, man, Prima used to take care of all this and put out a guide with every game. Now I got to be out here trusting the spark notes of everything. I was getting trophies, all right?
You're a proper pirate now. Let's find you a parrot. Maybe some scurvy for kicks.
I'll name it Riley if I do. Still floating? Appreciate
Who did Nick's voice?
Keep your eyelids safe, kid.
Sorry, I know that there's a bunch of voices in the game. I'm asking you for this, you know.
Nick, I'm not sure. Nick, I'd have to look up. We had a lot of great actors that played like 30 characters each.
Sure.
So,
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're out of here.
My kid was so mad with the Nick situation at the end.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She's just like, she actually turned to me, she said, I hate this game.
Oh, no.
Because she loves Nick.
Yeah.
And then she's like, what happened to Nick? What happened to Nick? I'm like, you don't want me to tell you what happened to Nick. She's like, gets up, walks out. I hate this game.
Like,
Yep.
I hate you for me.
Is this the
That
first
vibe.
game of yours she's like able to play as a contemporary?
Yes. Definitely After Party is not that for her yet. Oxenfree 1, I kind of want to go back and play with her. But yeah, this is
Yeah,
the first one. She was very into it. We played it over 3 nights, and she was like obsessed with it.
Sick.
Oh, cool.
Stephen Kelly voiced Nick. Thank you.
Thank you.
Rapping
Kelly,
on.
shout out.
Good job, Stephen Kelly.
All right, Greg Miller, you at a saving point, or would you like to continue with these two dudes?
No, we can get him out of here. I can keep scaling and
we
doing
go.
my thing and moving around.
Well, let's say goodbye to all the Kind of Funny best friends watching on this lovely afternoon stream. Of course, I'm Mike. That's Greg with a lot of papers on his desk. And, of course, we got the team here from Oxenfree 2. Guys, one last time, introduce your gosh darn selves and tell them where they can find the game so they can play it.
Sean Krenkel, studio director, Night School. Adam, you can introduce yourself in a moment. I'm not going to speak for this guy. Where can you get the game? Well, you can bust your phone out because it's already on it right now if you have Netflix
Right now.
installed. You literally just scroll down, tap on it, you get it for free. Also, the first one, play them in either order. They talk to each other that way. It's cool. Also available on PlayStation 4 and 5, Switch, and PC.
And I'm Adam Hines. I wrote a lot of this game with another Adam Douglas.
The Adams.
We did not hire based on names. It just worked out that way.
We have 3 writers named Adam, though, which is very funny.
Yeah, I know. So check it out. If you don't like the writing, you know who to blame.
Adam!
There we go. And now you know about Z-Depth as well.
Yeah.
Remember that. Get
Yeah.
lost in the Z.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everyone. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow for more content.
Thanks,
See ya.
everybody.